Hey, look at that. You see him? Well, open your damn eyes then. It's the old-timey country down-home red state update podcast and them. Coming to you from Dunlap's grandmother's basement in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. And here they are, both of them.
Hey, everybody out there, Jackie Bro.
Hey, it's old Dunlap over here in this corner.
I don't know how you can have that kind of attitude you got there.
You still a little shook up, huh?
Well, everybody is. You just seem like you brush it off like everything else. The whole world to you is just something to be a smart ass to.
Folks, we've been through a lot here in Murfreesboro this week, but first things first, this is America, capitalism, commerce. I have a sponsor this week, Jackie. I think you're going to like this sponsor.
Yeah.
Even though it's couched in horror.
Wow.
So my sponsor this week, folks, it's a long story. But I guess y'all are accustomed to this if you've hung in this long. This is episode 96.
Yeah, close to winding up here.
Close to winding up, as we said from the very beginning.
Yeah, very first we set out. I tell you, ain't a better time to quit than now. I'm glad I ain't got to worry about this as well as everything else.
I look at it like an opportunity, Jackie, that we are fortunate to be alive,
well, yeah.
to be living through such troubled times, and to have the opportunity to be witness, to bear witness to things as horrible as they are. We can put them out in the world.
I just assume not see any of it. I just assume not see people treat each other the way they do in this world.
Well, the world is full of horrors, Jackie.
It is.
But somebody has to be around and observe them and write them down for posterity so future generations...
You have to be around. You can't help it. You're just born into it. I don't know. Sometimes I don't know what the good Lord's thinking anymore. Why have I got to sit through this? What I do?
Folks, it's fair time here in Murfreesboro. Time once again, autumn time, pumpkin spice time. It's time for the TT slot in the Murfreesboro Bottled Water Association in the town of Murfreesboro City Fair.
Oh.
Hydrate good and brotherhood is the theme this year. And if you heard our podcast last week, you know that there was an extra special incentive to get out to the fair this weekend, yesterday in fact, to see the Peace Summit between Sullivan of Sullivan Auto Parts and McKinley of McKinley Air Conditioning. How? How is that possible?
I'm glad I can't remember anything else besides them two, besides starting all this mess. I don't even remember auto store.
Sullivan Auto Parts and McKinley Air Conditioning have had an ongoing feud. To some listeners, it may seem like it's been going on for decades, but it's only a month or two.
Reason.
It's torn this town apart. We're talking running people off the road, signs in people's yards, riots, near riots.
The signs in people's yards like that, I mean, that's, if you'd have left it at that, as silly as that is, that's tolerable.
Well, it starts with a sign in your yard, and then it goes to a riot at Peanut Pocket Steakhouse, and then you're running Jim Beavers off the road. You're threatening people. You're giving them the stink eye. It's brother against sister. It's man against wife. It's dog versus, like, rabbits. I mean, dog's going to get a rabbit anyway, but it just seems like they're
just
really bearing down hard on them now.
Yeah.
It's when the world is crazy with ISIS and all this stuff.
Yeah.
Russia.
Obama. I never thought we'd have somebody like that as president in my life. Never.
And that filters down to the small towns.
It can't help but do it.
And that filters down to the dogs and the rabbits.
Huh.
And I guess if you keep on going down, it goes to like worms and fish.
What the?
Spiders and flies. On and on down to a microscopic level where our very essence is being torn apart by violence and hatred.
I don't know what spiders got to do with it, but all right.
I'm just saying things are bad.
Well, yeah, but
we went into this weekend with high hopes for peace, with high hopes for a return to brotherhood, the brotherhood of man,
I guess.
like a song. And the fair was pretty good. You were there, Jackie. I mean, it started out pretty good.
It was good. The fair's always good, first off. Now, I had my reservations in a former prostitute being in charge of the fair. Now, me and some other people, we were concerned about that, but I went down there and see my own eyes. I have to say, it was like a good old fair to start off with. It was.
She did not even do... She didn't do any prostitute business.
There wasn't nothing like that.
She didn't even do the bend over and you can look at her butt for 5 minutes like she did last year.
I would have turned around and walked out if that's what I saw.
She is the mayor now, Jackie.
She is not. She is the Murfreesboro Bottled Water Association is currently running the town, and she happens to be, I don't know how or why.
Well, it was in their bylaws.
All right.
So you get into the fair, and now the big difference this year is that you got a free bottle of slot cider, stuff floating in it for fall, or some slot water if you wanted to. Hydrate.
Not
good.
Drink it.
Brotherhood.
No.
Slot juice. Bottle of that stuff. Red, white, pink, clear. They added some stuff. Can't remember what it was.
Wouldn't drink any of it.
And that was free of charge. Well, the cost was added to the price of your ticket. But you know, it might as well have been free. You didn't know. And, kids were running up and down the midway. They were throwing rings on bottles and shooting clowns in the mouth with water. And
had all them animals tied up good? Chained up?
Chained up or barricaded under the stairs.
Didn't have to worry for fear of petting or looking?
They had, there were a few differences. I will say there were a few differences right from the get-go. Like last year, if you remember, the Glory Shelf. The Christian bookstore run by Ted and Ralph.
Oh, yeah, Ted and Ralph, yeah.
They provided the prizes. If you got a ring around a bottle, you'd get your choice of either a picture of Jesus or a Smurf.
I don't see why you... Anyway.
And this year, unfortunately, we found this out at the fair. It almost broke our hearts. Ted and Ralph are no longer partners in any sense of the word.
Well, I mean, they're not running... One of them left a bookstore or whatever, Christian bookstore.
And one of them moved into Northfield Lodge Apartments. And this is all because of Sullivan and McKinley. It's splitting couples and business partnerships apart.
Don't make any sense to me.
So Ted still operates a Glory Shelf, but Ralph opened up He Touched Me Books and Balloons. Because Ted was a Sullivanite, and Ralph is a card-carrying McKinley man. But the Glory Shelf still had the prize contract at the fair, so they had them pictures of Jesus, old-timey ones, creepy, follow you around. Or the Smurfs.
Not creepy if you... It's
a
picture of Jesus.
It's the weird ones.
I think ain't weird. It's just
it looks
you ain't used to looking on godly, saintly things. Is what it is. It all looks weird for you. Anything good?
What I'm saying is, the Glory Shelf is unloading them pictures of Jesus. Look like they were in a Ellis Island suitcase instead of the cool pictures of Jesus where he's snowboarding.
Oh,
or where he's helping whispering in a doctor's ear, and the doctor's got his up to his elbows and somebody's organs, and Jesus saying, "You can do it, man."
Help him through it, yeah.
Those are cool.
Well, they're all good. If it's got Jesus in it, it's cool, whatever you want to call it. Everybody use a picture of Jesus, and I'd sit there and watch a youngin' and say, "I want a Smurf," and you know how they going to turn out.
Yeah, the Smurfs I don't think come from the Glory Shelf. They got that one Smurf that they sell at the Glory Shelf that's Brainy Smurf.
He's carrying
a Bible. They just paint a cross on the book he's carrying.
Well, at least you get something through the child. But they didn't have those. He was just regular.
You got to go and buy those. They want money for
wouldn't have one of those. Well, he was up
didn't
against Jesus' picture either way. I wouldn't get one, no.
Why didn't they call him Smarty Smurf?
Yeah.
It's a better name.
It's better, brainy and better than that. Yeah, anything
alliterative.
Anything's better than brainy.
So Ralph was also there. Ted had the Glory Shelf Jesus prizes. Ralph was there making balloon Jesuses.
Yeah.
And he seemed to be doing pretty good. He's really good at making balloon Jesuses.
Well, yeah.
And then when he'd get done, he'd take a nail and put it through that balloon hand, and it'd go pop. And it was really powerful.
That's Jesus leaving the earthly, going to heaven to be, he'd come back too, but you know what I mean. He became more than, he already had magic, but after, it's like he leaves his physical form and, goes in the air.
So Ralph's still carrying on his good works, even though he's going through a bit of a personal crisis.
You gotta keep living. You can't just let,
Of course, as always, there was owl boxing, frog holding, and cookie throating.
Yeah. Every year.
That's every year. This year they had both kinds of owl boxing.
Yeah.
As far as I know, there's only one kind of frog holding.
That I know of, yeah. Well.
And cookie throating, nothing says fair like an afternoon of cookie throating.
Yeah.
The Wet Breads was handing out samples.
Well.
Wizard Beards was giving out their brownies.
Oh, hell.
With one special strand of beard in it. Magical.
Right.
One change was Rio McElroy had long lines at his booth trying to get enough signatures on his petition to secede from Murfreesboro now that T.T. Slott is mayor.
Well, that's the one thing they wouldn't let him have. He had to walk around and talk to people. Usually you would think there'd be a hose water booth or something like that, but Bottled Water Association ain't gonna have that.
So he was just walking around, him and his boys.
I signed it too. I don't blame you.
You signed a petition so that Rio McElroy can form Hoseboro.
Well,
you gonna go live in Hoseboro?
I'll go there and get some water.
What kind of community is that where people just come in, get some water, and leave and go home?
I'm sure some people be more than happy move over there if he's lucky enough to, pull it off. He won't, but still, bless his heart, he got to do something. But I signed it,
Another new thing this year, this was a little unsettling. Mr. Reynolds of 3 Sticks of Candy, former pharmacist, current lunatic.
He's handing out samples.
He was driving around. Yeah. It didn't make any sense in a pedicab. And he was handing out free samples of 3 Sticks of Candy.
It's just one stick of candy is what a free sample is.
Yeah,
but
your sample.
If you like to taste that, you go down there and get you 2 more. Well, 3, 3 more.
In a tied together.
Yeah.
But who is going? This is what he was doing. He was driving around pedicab. In the back was a mannequin dressed up like his dead wife.
Yeah.
And also a coyote who was also dressed up like his dead wife.
I think that's just for show. It's just, you trying to put all this stuff behind it. He messed up and all this, and granted, he been through a lot, but it's no different than Ron McDonald, big boy, whatever. His late wife passed on. She's the mascot of that store that used to be pharmacy.
Why would you make your dead wife the mascot of your store?
Well, I'm sure there's plenty. Is Wendy still alive? The little girl on Wendy's?
I don't know. I think she died in childhood.
Well, don't matter whether you live or dead. The rest of them ain't even real.
It just seems a little morbid to me.
And he dressed it, he got all them cows in there anyway. He dressed one of them up just, it's part of promotion. Everybody, kids run up, see a dog in a dress.
Well, it's a coyote. It's dangerous.
Well, he had the window rolled up. They just,
the windows on a pedicab is just a thin layer of plastic that any hungry coyote could easily chew through.
Well, this dog, coyote, trained. It seemed like a dog to me because he trained him.
It was the tamest coyote, probably.
He was just having fun being out.
And he'd put a first-place ribbon on both the coyote and the mannequin. I don't know what he thought they won. And he had a mini boombox strapped to the handlebars playing Stumbling In by Susie Quattro on repeat. Don't ask me to explain it. He's your buddy. You got a theory on those? Those
It's
factors?
just, ash music children like, I guess.
No, it's not. It's not.
Well, I don't.
Even Susie Quattro's children wouldn't like that song.
Well, it's what he played in the car, and the people come up. They come up to get the candy either way, and they get to see Kyle dressed up and, was excited or scared by the woman in the back. But you get a free piece of candy, and he got a right to do publicity as any other establishment in this town.
So you make your way around the fairgrounds, and there you start noticing differences between this year and last. Peanut Pockets Patrol was out running drills. I'd call it a show of force.
Well,
and Mayor T.T. Slott's slot cops. Seemed like there was some tension between the slot cops and their Salvation Army uniforms and the Peanuts Pocket Patrol in their funny costumes.
Well, Peanut Patrol just wasn't doing, they were stern when they had to be, but they would also just shoot peanuts at you like fun, like an old time every now and then,
Every now and then, but then they'd be doing like running laps, doing push-ups, doing military drills. To me, it was intimidation. They're like, look what we can do.
I don't know about that. I wouldn't go that far, but.
But we did. The goalie's dunk booth was back.
Oh, yeah, it's always, it's usually fun. I don't know about this year, but.
Well, they had a lot of prisoners volunteer this year. Again, they had prisoners and demons. So,
they're all prisoners.
They're all prisoners,
yeah,
but some are dressed up like demons. And if you dunk them, they go down in the water, the makeup washes off. It's like, oh, okay, you saved them.
Got to run them demons out.
They ain't demons anymore.
And in the other, you just get them wet, just because they deserve to.
They deserve some sort of punishment.
Yeah.
So they was dressed up kind of like Hamburglar.
Yeah, well.
Like actual prisoners. But there were hundreds of prisoners. Apparently things have
they bust them in. They brought in about 4 or 5 buses. And I was like, do they need that many?
Well,
but
I guess they said if y'all want to volunteer for the dunk booth, and usually prisoners are like, fuck a dunk booth.
Well, hey,
I have my dignity.
Watch your mouth.
But this year, hundreds of them volunteered.
If you locked up in Coley's prison is in this weather, there ain't another better idea than go down to get in the water.
I guess
it's like taking them out on swimming, but they dress up and at least provide something for the audience. Well, that's what they were supposed to do anyway, but yeah.
Yeah, prisoners just swimming. That's no fun for people watching.
No, you dunk them in that. You know
that's
what I mean.
Fun.
Yes, I know. But for the prisoners, it's just getting out, taking a break from tearing Bible pages, and getting out and doing something.
I guess things have been running a little tense inside the prison because they had the prisoners who typically work tearing Bible pages out of the Bible.
Well, that's because of who in there.
Well, my old buddy Bane Jekyll Jr. has been in prison ever since the 4th of July. Dr. Birdman, Hurt Bird Goes to Bird.
He needs to stay in there.
Debacle. And I guess he's been whipping the prisoners up into some sort of rebellious spirit.
Well, I think all prisoners, you could say that. I think most of them won't probably get out just to be away from him.
They did keep the prisoners up for 48 hours straight, re-editing the Adam Sandler, Drew Barrymore film Blended.
Well, that went down the tubes. Nobody, that didn't go
aborted
through.
Peace Summit, screening.
Well, it was supposed to be. That's what the theme of this one was, like water.
Hydrate good and brotherhood.
I know, but it was supposed to be everybody stop this silliness. I might as well call it that. But I hope too much for something like that to happen. Good Lord.
So they had hundreds of prisoners dressed like demons, hundreds of prisoners dressed like Hamburglar, just milling around. They finally had to put them somewhere because the crowds was getting uneasy, so they turned all the show cows loose, and they put the prisoners in the show cow
Well,
pen?
cows out there were children there scared of big, they're big show cows, big size cows. Now some of them little, like the show little cows. Those are small.
Those are my favorite show
well,
cows.
they're the size of a small dog.
You see a little cow, like full grown, you're like, look, what the, who made that cow so little?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Letting them loose be fine. Everybody just pet them, whatever. But those big cows knock stuff over.
Well, which would you rather have loose, Jackie? Prisoners dressed like demons or show cows?
Well, the reason the prisoners were bothering everybody, it wasn't because they're prisoners, because they dressed up like damn hamburglar.
See, I would have said the creepy-faced demons.
Well, I'd look at them all day before I look at them.
Jackie hates hamburger.
I don't see the point in it.
You don't like that noise it makes.
No. I don't like nothing about it.
So fair was going pretty good. Everybody was having a good time. People saying, you know what? I think maybe this town has the capacity to heal.
Well, even with the cows out knocking stuff over, that was a lot better than what was to come. I'll take that over everything else.
There was a lot of cow shit. Usually if you go to the fair, you know the cow shit is in the pen.
It ain't that and watch your mouth. Just patty, call it that. You grow
Who are
up
you,
on...
Jim Stafford?
No, you grow up on the farm, you know how to... It wasn't that bothered me.
What kind of Rebecca stuff? What the Holly Hobby-esque farm did you... Any farm I ever been to, they call it cow shit.
We don't talk that way. I wasn't raised to
what
run my
kind
mouth
of
that way.
Fisher Price barn farm did you grow up
hell.
in?
It had plenty of that all over the ground. Didn't bother me in the least. That didn't bother me. I know how to walk around that. I have all my life. Other people,
Just plowing right
city
through
folk didn't know no difference. But it wasn't that. It's just the cows being loose, and they weren't doing it intentionally. They
I
just
don't
so
know.
big. No,
I don't know.
They,
Some of them show cows pretty smart.
Well, they're smart, I know, but they smart. They won't be nice. They enjoy doing the show, putting the show on. They weren't out there to cause no trouble. They just no room. Out in the crowd of people makes a cow nervous. Back up. It's just a big cow can't help it. Now, little cows, like I said, fine.
They were right, but they were underfoot. They were underfoot, the little cows.
Yeah.
People tripping on little cows, stepping in cow shit from the big cow. Let me say, attendance was high because everybody wanted to see if peace would come at the Peace Summit.
That's what I thought.
And then you had hundreds more prisoners than anyone would have expected. And then, of course, you have big cows and little cows just walking free through the crowds.
Well,
and some of these cows that had won the prize for intelligence, to me, seemed smart and diabolical.
Well, they're smart, but why do you gotta make it diabolical? They know how to count, and they can ring the bell. They do all sorts of things. They're smart, but they ain't necessarily because you're smart don't mean you mean.
I just seen a guy. He was standing next to the catfish cabinet booth. He was trying to eat some catfish and dunk it in the tartar sauce. And then this cow walks right up to him. And the man says, "Shoo, cow, get on out of here." And the cow turns around.
Well, with that attitude, yeah.
Well, he said it nice as you can to a cow. I mean, he took into account.
They ain't regular, like you said, they show cows. They get the feelings hurt. They smart enough to know the difference. Regular cow, that's how you get them go anywhere. Show them, yeah. But, show cow like that, the smart does tricks. You got right this way, just have a little respect.
Well, his show cow did not get the respect he deserved, and he turned around and he looked back over its cow shoulder at that man and swung its tail right through that tartar sauce and started whipping it this way, whipping it that. And if you've ever had tartar sauce flung across your face by a hot, gross cow tail, you don't know what you've been missing. And you cannot tell me that cow didn't do it on purpose.
It didn't do any such thing on purpose. And if it did, it was because that man's attitude, just treating it like a regular cow. The cow went through Lord knows what to be a smart show cow. You have a little respect. That's all I'm going to say about that.
So I hope we've set the stage for you folks because it was crowded. There were cows, cow shit.
Well, it's just the beginning of it.
Tartar sauce tails, prisoners, hundreds and hundreds of prisoners. And, of course, the llama tied up by the Pepsi machine, which to me is a symbol for the Murfreesboro City Fair.
Well, it's just, everybody expects that's one of the highlights of the fair. People go see, yeah.
First llama I ever seen. I think that's why they chose it to be the site of the Peace Summit.
Well, yeah.
So Peace Summit time rolls around.
And plus, soda pops right there.
Soda pops right there, but
Yeah.
it wasn't Pepsi this year. She replaced it with slot water, slot juice,
yeah,
slot cider. Even though it still had the Pepsi labels on the buttons, little confusing. But anytime you get a nice cold slot juice,
I
consider it a lucky day.
I took my little cooler with me, took my own drinks. I ain't gonna drink.
Well, that was illegal contraband. I'm surprised they didn't stop you at the gate.
I can bring it. It ain't Nazi Germany, no matter what they're trying to pull. I can drink what I want to, where I want to. Did
Nazi Germany have fairs?
I'm sure. What? Hitler talked at all of them. What are you talking about? It's on movie camera.
Oktoberfest.
All of those where he's screaming and hollering, that's
a fair?
Yeah.
He just judged the rabbits
he
at
went
the 4-H
to
booth?
That's how he got his message out there. He went from one to the other. You see all those people there listening to him.
Folks, finally it was time for Peace Summit time.
Yeah.
Everyone gathered by the llama tied up next to that Pepsi machine full of slot juice, slot cider, and slot water. Mayor T.T. Slot introduced Murfreesboro's
She ain't the mayor.
very own bluegrass band, the Flubberpackers.
Yeah.
They got 2 mandolins.
Yeah.
That's their claim to fame. They played a bluegrass version of Why Can't We Be Friends?
Yeah.
And then Sullivan come up there of Sullivan's Auto Parts. And McKinley come up there of McKinley's Air Conditioning.
Yeah. Yeah.
McKinley's sister, Lynette. It's kind of funny now looking back on it.
I don't see what you find funny about any of
Just
this.
all the setup to it. When you say it out loud like this, it starts like, what? But then you get to the horrible part, which is coming up right now.
Well, and you laughing.
It's just, I just got one of them, that's how I deal, Jackie, with horrible things.
Yeah.
I just start into.
I
Remember
guess
that episode of Bewitched when Endora made Darren laugh at bad news? That's what I'm like.
I don't remember all them.
So the Flubberpackers with their 2 mandolins are up there playing Why Can't We Be Friends bluegrass version.
Yeah.
Sullivan gets up there. McKinley gets up there. McKinley's sister Lynette is watching from the wings with her wheelchair Olympics husband. McKinley's got Jim Beavers and Andy Recorder, his own personal peanut pockets, standing up there by his side. And Sullivan mumbles something about things getting out of hand. And McKinley says shouldn't let things go so far. They're not orators. Orators? How do you say that?
They weren't there to make a speech.
That's what we always said about George W. Bush.
Well, yeah, that's true,
He's
too.
there to be president.
He's be president. He ain't got to go, Obama goes to fundraisers everywhere. No matter what, somebody gets shot, whatever, I'm going to make a big speech,
If you get into office and everybody thinks, oh, he's good at speeches, you're trapped.
Yeah.
I'll say that in defense of Obama. He has to make speeches now because that's the only thing people ever said he was good at.
Only thing ever. Like, well, he gave a good speech.
Bush didn't even have that. He had to hide behind being an actual best president ever.
Yeah.
He couldn't hide behind his fancy words.
He didn't need no fancy words. That's the point. He just talked
regular.
Regular, yeah. And people mess up when they talk regular all the time. That's regular talking.
So Sullivan and McKinley up there looking down at the ground, shuffling their feet, dancing around, saying, I'm sorry, but they kind of said it, and T.T. Slot, the mayor of our town, said,
She is not the mayor.
I'd love to see y'all shake hands, and then they put one hand out, and the other took it, and they shook hands, and the All the cheers of the crowd.
Well, everybody's tired of this silliness. Yeah, I'm glad, put it behind you. You start acting like regular people.
And then Mayor T.T. Slott said, to seal the deal, to celebrate peace in our time, I, T.T. Slott, proclaim free popcorn. And they wheeled out, a couple of her former prostitute associates wheeled out the popcorn machine from the Murfreesboro Museum. You know how people in Murfreesboro love that popcorn. It's the best popcorn you ever eat. Ever put in your damn mouth.
I don't know.
And the crowd went wild. People were crying, Jackie. Tears of joy. Peace and popcorn from the Murfreesboro Museum. Come on.
It had the makings of,
Best day ever.
well, at popcorn make any day.
And they plugged that machine in, and it don't work. Somebody, at some point, had broken the popcorn machine from the Murfreesboro Museum. Well, immediately the crowd turns ugly. Somebody threw a Smurf. Slot cops start pushing the crowds back. They're yelling, they're shoving. McKinley and Sullivan, they're both up there trying to fix a popcorn machine at the same time. They're both sweating. They're cussing each other.
Yeah.
It's all falling apart before our eyes. Peanut Pockets Patrol getting up in slot cops' faces. Lester Speed Seat and Andy Recorder yelling at each other. Current Peanut Pockets and former Peanut Pockets turning against each other. And the crowd rushed the stage, and they smashed that popcorn machine all to hell. Pieces flew everywhere.
Well, that didn't make the situation any better.
Then a peanut hit the llama, and it kicked Jim Beavers in the head.
Well,
He goes down, and I rushed over to his side, and I was like, you okay, Jim Beavers? And before he passed out, he managed to give me $25, and he said, friends.
yeah.
And I don't know if he meant the TV show or if he was addressing the death of the dream of peace. But my sponsor this week is Jim Beavers,
Well,
of Comcast Cable.
I
Friend.
won't say normally he's my sponsor. You was just closer to him.
I was
when
at the right place at the right
when
time.
he went down. There ain't nothing right about what happened there. Nothing.
So they turned the Pepsi machine over, which was full of slot juice, and Rio McElroy was laughing and opening bottles of slot juice and fizzing them all over the crowd. And then over the loudspeaker comes Don Jekyll Jr.'s new weird voice. I guess in prison he got hit by a guard and he bit a plug out of his tongue.
I ain't never talked right.
He never talked right to me, but now he's got this real weird voice. It's hard to understand. Plus, his mouth's all bandaged up because of his tongue.
Well, you think George Bush was the best speech, giver ever compared to the way he usually talked anyway, and then after whatever happened to him in there, something it ain't right. However it is, talks don't sound right.
Somehow his girlfriend, Dottie Geyser, had hacked into the PA system. And Don Jekyll Jr., who's dressed like a demon, in the show cow pen, gives his speech about a symbol of oppression, Coley's prison, and 1,000 men have languished stuffing Bible pages and bags of snack foods and re-editing movies to make them more Christian. Corrupt city this, and Murfreesboro is yours. Start by storming Coley's prison, free the oppressed. It's hard. I can't do the voice. But, he's going to give Murfreesboro back to you, the people.
Yeah.
Courts will be convened. Spoils will be enjoyed. Bloods will be shed. The powerful will be ripped from their decadent nests and cast out into the cold world that we know and endure.
Didn't make any sense.
Didn't make any sense. And then Don Jekyll Jr. and hundreds of prisoners dressed as demons popped the lock on the show cow gate.
Well, he riled everybody up. He riled all the prisoners up, and they
escaped into the woods.
Yeah, let's be honest. It ain't that hard to get out the cow pen.
No, somebody was
not. That goes back to so decency of the show cow. They even could get out of there if they want to, but they're
smart ones,
they're polite. That's the reason it was awkward. They okay, I'm supposed to go out here. First time going to another place, and
You're thinking of the Borden's cow, which is very nice and polite and like, woohoo. I'm thinking of a regular cow that put its tail in tartar sauce on purpose.
That ain't a regular cow. He can't help it. It's a show cow. They were smart. When they do the show, the cow lifts the latch, and that's part of the funny. It's like he says, "You stay here. I'm gonna keep all you cows locked." Whatever it says, and then the cow. Oh,
that is good. That is a funny part.
Well, it's good. He does it. Everybody likes show cows. That's one of the reasons. Go a llama, show cow. The best thing, cows you don't necessarily touch them. You watch them on the stage. He gets them all up there. But there's, he opens a thing. So the cows could have done that, but chose not to because they're decent, smart cows and know their place.
That's the difference between a cow and a prisoner.
Well, yeah.
So them prisoners, dressed like demons or hamburglar, are out in the woods plotting something. Some riding show cows. That tartar sauce one, that was what Don Jekyll Jr. was last seen on. And some of them were on 4-H pigs. And Dottie Geyser and Truck Jekyll are out there with him. Truck was dressed like, Dottie had him dressed up like a damn hamburglar and a demon, like a demon hamburglar.
Split down the...
He couldn't make a decision.
Middle, it all looked crazy. Anyway, by this point, I was gone.
Well,
I got out as soon as the prisoners got loose. I thought for a minute, because they dressed up, I thought that was part of the show. Just like a cow opens the latch on the stage, I thought, prisoners going to do. But
No, they overpowered the gun Sonic girl.
They got the ammunition from. She was running around with a tray.
Well, usually those are fake guns, but she did have some live ammo on there. But they didn't know. They thought it was all real, and so they overpowered her. But she did have an actual gun on her because she has a, carry permit, so she took out a couple prisoners, so she's a hero.
And she got out of there fast because of roller skates.
Yeah, she was skating and shooting.
Yeah.
T.T. Slot, our mayor, is thinking about making her chief of slot cops.
Well,
that's what happens when you show courage under fire and shoot prisoners.
Well, she didn't have no choice, bless her heart. They were coming all every which way. Now, I was gone when I heard the gunfire. That's why I'm saying the prisoners got loose. I read about her in the paper this morning. But
Front page.
What page?
Front page.
Yeah, she's on the front. I thought you asked
well, she's all
page.
through it.
Well, yeah, pretty much.
Whoever does drawing at the Daily News Journal, drew her into Beetle Bailey and shit.
Well, she deserves every bit of that credit. She, like I said, she took care of herself, no how. But
it was just like a portrait hanging in the sergeant's office.
Well, either way, I was gone by that point. As soon as gunfire started, I started to make my way as soon as your crazy criminal buddy started talking crazy on the thing. I was making my way enough. I ain't gonna listen to this, and you didn't have no help because you're coming out on speakers. Now, I got a good, I don't know, 50 yards away from a fair in general. Up his fair's always held up by a square every year. As soon as I heard the gunshots, I got gone.
Well, that was a good decision, Jackie.
So I can't bear witness to anything that happened after that.
Well, it was just a riot on the one hand and escaped prisoners on the other.
Yeah.
The slot cops chasing prisoners into the woods. By this point, everybody's slipping in the cow shit and tripping over the little cows.
And bless their hearts.
And then you got the crowds out of control because of the damn popcorn machine and the Peanut Pockets Patrol. They were left to try to manage the crowds, and they did it by throwing peanuts at them until everybody cleared the campgrounds, but they were throwing them way too hard. And people are going to come back and they're going to protest that, as they should. People have a right to riot over a popcorn machine in America without getting a peanut upside their head.
Well,
and the prisoners, like, shouldn't you be chasing prisoners instead of throwing peanuts? I don't know. It was.
Well,
And then
I'd say the same thing about the slot cops. They would the prisoners got loose and went gone. If what I hear,
they're out. They've dispersed.
They ain't caught but 2 or 3 of them, as far as I know. But they should have been, instead of the people at the fair, you should have been going after prisoners. That's what I say on both sides, peanut pockets and slot cops.
Well, it would have been a different story. There wouldn't have been the distraction that would have let my old buddy Bane Jekyll Jr. lead a prison escape uprising. We wouldn't have had the riots. We would have had peace between Sullivan and McKinley. We would have had a great Murfreesboro City Fair, except for whoever broke that popcorn machine, that Murfreesboro Museum popcorn machine. Doomed us all.
It ain't. Yeah, there was a lot of things in the heading the wrong way forward.
That was your Franz Ferdinand moment right there, folks. That popcorn machine being broken, and it's all downhill from here, as far as I can tell. Things ain't calmed down quite yet.
I got something to say on that. I know this town's been through a lot. I have too. I'm in this town. I've been through it, and I try not to judge outside of if you've been a prostitute for most of your life. And it's not even judging you personally. It's just I don't necessarily want to, any products because you're a prostitute. But I, for the most part, I do not try to judge people on a personal level outside of business. And all I can do is hope the rest of the community is take the high ground and do that as well. And I speak on behalf of my good personal friend, both of them my friends. I'll say right now, I spent many a day in their company. And it's good company to have. I'm happy to call them friends. Dr. Birdman and John Greenstreet, both of them. Good gentlemen.
Johnny Greenstreet of Johnny Greenstreet's Get Out.
Yeah.
And Dr. Birdman of illegal sale and trafficking of birds.
Ain't nothing illegal about that. I ain't here to talk about that, though. Let me just... they feel terrible, both of them.
What do they feel terrible about?
Well, as you know, they had... I will go back and just blame Rutherford County Police Department or whoever's in charge now, whatever.
It's hard to keep track.
I can't keep track, but whoever put Dr. Birdman in jail, number one, but more importantly, police, and I blame Murfreesboro Animal Control for taking a beloved partner, pet, and friend from Dr. Birdman. They took Bird away and have not given them back. And you create desperate situations, people are going to act desperate. You have pushed them in a corner.
What happened, Jackie? What
happened? Dr. Birdman's going through enough with just his regular birds, mad as can be at him.
Yeah, it's chasing him around, pecking him on the head.
Well,
hundreds of birds following him.
Hundreds of them, 2 or 3 at a time.
But the other hundreds of birds, like, follow and nest in the trees everywhere he goes, and they send 2 or 3
around town.
Scouts, I guess, to peck him in the head.
In a way, it's abandonment, and that is because of the police. And then hurt birds the other way. I can't imagine how a hurt bird is feeling. To imagine hurt bird feeling any worse than it normally hurts breaks my heart. It breaks Dr. Birdman's heart, and Johnny Greenstreet, he cares too.
Not as much.
Well, it ain't his.
Ain't his pet. If you said Scooter got out and got hit by a truck, and they're crying. You go, oh, I know, I had a pet. You trying to relate, but really, it's just like, how long is
Well,
this going to last?
everybody had an animal one time and lost. They know how it is. But but imagine if you didn't lose it, get hit by a car, somebody come took that pet from you, took it away, just for no good reason, no reason at all. Well, I won't speak on behalf of them, had heard rumors that they were keeping Hertbert in a basement Murfreesboro Museum. And like I said, you create desperate situations, you create desperate people. And they got in there late other night. It wasn't when nobody's around, nobody get hurt, everybody's sick working there anyway.
They get sick because of the Hertbert is actually a ghost bird.
What people, that ain't true. Don't say ghost bird on here. But they managed to shimmy up on the side and come down through the skylight.
Murfreesboro Museum got a skylight.
Well, they don't open the thing up to show it, you know.
Oh, because it'll fade like the caveman pelts.
Well, yeah, they don't let it in. It used to be to open it up at night for like you look at the stars through the thing. They tell kids, but they quit doing that. Nobody came to it. They thought we was planetarium and it just opened the window up. They look up there. People quit coming.
People got disappointed pretty fast. Like, I can do this at home.
Well, they come get the popcorn and go, you know.
I got a sunroof in my Mazda.
Well, when you coming up from that far from the roof, they couldn't see what's below them. They thought it was just a display. And I'll say they said it had a blanket over it, so they didn't know what it was. It was a box, whatever's in there in the museum. I don't know. And coming down, swung off a rope and knocked it over. And it fell into the spaces.
Knocked what over, Jackie? What are you trying to say?
Well, when they took that sheet off it, shock and dismay, it does not cover it. They realized what they had done. And like I said, desperate measures make people do desperate things, and they did not set out to do this, but that Murfreesboro Museum popcorn machine got knocked over. Now, immediately, both of them went to work to try to put it back together, but you think about this, there ain't no lights in there. It's dark. And I'm not saying it can't be fixed, but they were rushed to get it back together, and plus all the noise alarm went off. I had to get out of there, so they didn't even get down in the basement and see if those rumors are true or not. I don't know. But they did everything they could. And they even left a note. Saying, we're sorry. I don't think it blew away. Nobody saw it for whatever reasons next day when they hauled it down the fair. They didn't put the names on it. And I understand why. And I just want to say right now, they're both sorry as hell. Sorry as hell. I'm disappointed as well. I like that, I like that popcorn as well as anybody did in this town, if not more. So I hope somehow we can remedy this and move past it, get the popcorn machine working again, and if it gets to working, make sure it makes popcorn like it used to, because I ain't gonna go with my Murfreesboro Museum and make regular popcorn.
So, what you're confessing, Jackie, is that you and your buddies broke into...
I didn't. I was not. I never went in the museum.
Your buddy, Dr. Birdman, thinks he's Black Widow or something. And he's trying to swing
He
through
ain't, it's Johnny Greenstreet is doing that. And you know damn well he's had to get in and around and down in and up above. Lord
knock
knows.
over a popcorn machine.
Well,
Try to fix it. A bird smuggler and a guy who crawls under your house to remove dead raccoons.
he does a lot of other stuff to get
He
dead
is
raccoons.
an EMT. He's also an EMT.
Well, as far as animals concerned, there's been a lot of different things he's had to do. Get a dead animal, live animal, mad, angry, disease, whatever. He get it out.
And because of you and your buddies' illegal activities and your popcorn machine ruining, you ruined the Murfreesboro City Fair. You ruined any chance of peace between McKinney and Sullivan.
They ain't got nothing.
Any chance of peace on the streets of Murfreesboro.
That is a bunch
You
of
basically set about 800 prisoners dressed like demons and hamburger
How did
free
they-
into the Murfreesboro woods.
No.
Also, a lot of really smart cows are missing. There were riots. There were people injured by peanuts. The whole town.
It ain't.
Jim Beaver's back in the hospital with llama hoof prints on his forehead.
Ain't got nothing to do.
And you sit there saying, oh, I hope I get that popcorn machine working. It got smashed in the riot. And it's your
They
fault.
ain't apologizing for no right. What we're apologizing for is accidentally knocking it over. We ain't coming down through the skylight. That's it.
Blood is on your hands,
There
Jackie.
ain't no blood on my hands.
Blood.
If the only blood on my hands is the prisoners going down, then fine. I'll take that. They're prisoners. They got themselves in that situation. I didn't do it to them. As far as I know, only people got shot were prisoners. So don't talk about no blood. Now, some of them animals, I can't speak for.
I have 3 things to say to you, Jackie.
Oh, hell.
1, it's all your fault. 2, did you have a sponsor?
Oh, yes, my sponsors, Squatting Wankers. Squatting Wankers right off the square. It's got 30% off on all snow globes next week, all week, 30% off.
And number 3, on top of your criminal activity that has doomed Murfreesboro to another who knows how long of bloodshed and violence.
That ain't got nothing to do with.
I also have to call into question your stupidity because you are on here confessing all this.
Huh?
Again, fessing up to this illegal activity on a podcast that anybody can listen to.
Now let's get this straight. Nobody's confessing to nothing. It's apology is different than confess.
You can't apologize for something unless you've already confessed to it.
What,
you can't
they
say,
didn't-
I didn't shoot Kennedy, but if I did, I'm real sorry.
Well, they are sorry for. Listen, we are. Dr. Birdman, Johnny Greenstreet are sorry they got anywhere near that popcorn machine.
Well, when either the slot cops pick them up and throw them into jail, or they are torn apart by the rampaging crowds, I hope they think back on their good friend Jackie Brawls and say, I sure am glad he communicated our apology to these people who are arresting us or tearing us limb from limb.
I'm not telling. They felt bad about it, want to do something. They left a note, nobody saw it. They just want to. I didn't mean to say they broke in. Oh, hell. Go back, run this off, take this off. I didn't mean to say it that way. It just come. I didn't know how else to say it.
If I'd known this was going to be entered into evidence, I'd try to tell my story a little faster.
Well,
you got to hit the thing to erase it, Jackie. You got to hit the microphone.
I don't know how many times.
18.
18 times.
18 times.
Well, we've been talking the longer
Yeah,
you
the
talk.
longer you talk, the more times you got to
Gotta
hit it.
hit the thing. All right, I'll lose count of times.
Can't say, you got to say it out loud.
I know I've done this before.
Yeah, you're getting the hang of it. I'll give you credit for that.
Well,
you are getting the hang of it.
I didn't think it through. I wanted to say it was a legitimate apology. They were sorry. And I don't know why I'm telling you this.
Well, just do the thing. It'll
I'm
be like
gonna
these
do it.
55 minutes never happened.
Oh, hell. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18.
We got to do our sponsors.
Oh, we didn't do it. All right, hang on.
Hour in. Now it's time for sponsors.
Here, I just slipped my mind. So much going on, I didn't think to do it.
Well, it's time now, Jackie.
All right, I got a good sponsor this week. It's right off a square.
Yeah.
Family-run business. Everybody knows it. Snakeheads.
Oh, I love to go to Snakeheads.
Snakeheads one of the best places to go. Always go in there and see Don Jekyll or say hi to his son, Don Jekyll Jr. Always better see them working together. Just every kind of snakehead you can imagine, doing every single thing you can think of, had got it in there.
Do they have snakeheads kissing?
Yeah, got them kissing, oh yeah.
For Valentine's Day.
That's right, for Valentine's Day. Every time Christmas, little Santa Claus snakehead.
Autumn on a leaf.
Yep. Easter, bunny rabbit snakehead.
All snakeheads does is bring joy and happiness to people.
Well, it does. It's just infectious when you go in there. I tell you what. Aside from looking at all the different kinds of crazy snakeheads you got, it's just nice to be in the company of Don Jekyll and Don Jekyll Jr. Just seeing how they bond in that family, it just makes you feel good in there. They just a good daddy, good boy, and running a business, probably one of the best businesses right off the square, I'd say.
Yeah, they were on the cover of Murfreesboro Monthly. This is an example of how folks down here in Murfreesboro get along and kiss and hold hands.
Yeah.
Families are tight.
Yeah. That's what good Southern values are. They're strong in these parts. Yes, sir. And go in there, get a little piece of that, and get as many snakeheads as you want. I'm sure they'll sell as many as you want to.
Oh, he'll let you buy as many as you want.
I ain't ever seen them stop somebody from buying.
I want 100. No, it's too much.
Yeah, they ain't going to do that. I'll get them in the back, Dad. You know, keep them company. He'll run back in and get them.
That's how they run things down there at Snakeheads.
Yeah.
Well, I got a good sponsor this week, too, Jackie. I think you're really going to like this one.
Right.
It's the Bible.
Oh, yeah.
Instead of taking $25 from a sponsor, I decided I would give $25 to church when I go this Sunday and tithe.
Yep, that's what y'all do, yeah.
And Bible says, for God so loved the world, he sent his only begotten son, and you know the rest.
Oh, yeah, amen.
So that's the Bible. You know, just last week, Jackie, I went to the Third Pentecostal Church of Holiness God, and I got some of that good pew jumping in me, and they really worship, I'd say, the right way.
Well, they get the spirit going. They do that. I'll give them that, yeah.
And there was just a lot of brotherly love in there, too. A lot of shaking of hands. And thanks for coming, Dunlap. And we sure do appreciate it. I know, thanks for what y'all do. And just people standing around hugging and shaking hands. And the sermon was really good. It was about love thy neighbor.
Yeah.
And about the signs and the omens that we should have been looking for since the very first day.
Well, yeah.
They talked about the fires and the fires and the fires.
Yeah.
That the air of Murfreesboro would be so thick with fires that it would choke you as you walk down the street trying to breathe.
Yeah.
And your feet would crunch the bones and the ash underfoot.
Bones, yeah.
The skies would turn red, blood red, and we'd all be crying tears, blood tears. These are signs and omens to watch for, Jackie.
Hey, he's coming back.
Jackie.
Yeah.
Jackie. Jackie.
Oh.
Jackie! You gotta get down here. What, did you hallucinate again?
No.
Did you hallucinate an entire podcast?
I might have.
The news, too?
I think, I don't know.
Jackie, come on, you gotta get down here. The smoke, the fires.
I'm not gonna get down there. There ain't nothing you can do to get me to go down there.
God damn it, Jackie, your eye bleeding again. We got to get down here. Time is running out.
I'd rather my eyes bleed out than never go down there. I know I ain't going in there.
Jackie, this is for your own damn fucking good.
What? Hey, watch your language.
Previously on the Red State Update podcast.
Jackie, McKinley of McKinley Auto Supply and Sullivan of Sullivan Air Conditioning are mad at each other because McKinley found a picture of his sister Lynette with someone who looks like Sullivan's hand on Lynette's boob.
What? Washing machines?
Jackie, the Sullivan-McKinley war is tearing this town apart.
What?
Mayor T.T. Slot.
She ain't the mayor.
Jackie, all the prisoners escaped during the fair led by Bane Jekyll Jr., who was making Bane speeches.
And them cows.
Jackie, Dr. Birdman's New Year's Eve bird got hurt. Now he's hurt bird, and he seems to be slightly supernatural, but now he might be dead and a ghost bird. And Dr. Birdman and Johnny Greenstreet of Johnny Greenstreet's Get Out broke into the Murfreesboro Museum, where it was allegedly being held, and broke the popcorn machine, which only added fuel to the fire where Murfreesboro riots, violence, and mayhem were concerned.
Should I be writing all this down?
Jackie, come on, you gotta get down here. The smoke, the fires.
I'm not gonna get down there. There ain't nothing you can do to get me to go down there.
God damn it, Jackie, your eye bleeding again. We got to get down here. Time is running out.
I'd rather my eyes bleed out than never go down there. I know I ain't going in there.
Jackie, this is for your own damn fucking good.
What? Hey, watch your language.
Hey, look at there. You see 'em? The streets of Murfreesboro run thick with blood, and the smoke from all the fires choke you as ash and bone crunch beneath your feet. And here they are, episode 100.
Hey, there's Jackie Brawls.
Hey, everybody. It's good to be back with you. It's Dunlap over here.
They can hear us on there now, right?
Internet's back up. We recorded other episodes.
Well, you told me those were people going to hear those, but I guess that's not the case. They're
No,
gone.
I was just trying to come up with something to do. We just recorded those into
What?
empty cans. But, folks, you didn't really miss nothing. It was mostly us just screaming at each other and Obama this and Obama that.
Yeah.
You didn't think anything when I handed you those two empty cans of pea cans?
I didn't know how you talk in a computer anymore. And microphone cans, I don't know nothing about it.
They were vegetable cans. The vegetable pea. We didn't urinate in those cans.
No,
and
but
then
they
talking
got
to them.
bathrooms in there.
Yeah, there's
big
bathroom. We should let you guys know, since those other episodes didn't go out, this is our episode 100. It's not the way we thought it would be.
No, it's not. Nobody planned for this.
But we're down in Jockey's bunker.
Yeah.
We've been down here for 3 weeks, I reckon.
It may seem longer than that, but yeah, I guess you bet.
What time?
Takes you back.
It's October 5th,
Yeah.
2014. And things got pretty bad up there.
It's over with.
I guess you want to know what's happened with the Murfreesboro and the riots and the escaped prisoners and the Sullivan-McKinley war and the slot cops and I guess everybody's been wondering, how that's going to turn out.
Yeah.
And it's gone.
Everything's gone, yeah.
Pretty much Murfreesboro just
you
pretty much burned to the ground.
pretty much ask anything about any of it. Well, that ain't there no more.
We knew things were bad up there, but with the internet coming back on, we been going through. I've been checking my emails. Been going to the Hoseboro Daily News Journal.
You could get. There wasn't no newspaper down here, and the computer didn't come on.
Computer didn't work. We had to watch box sets. Jockey had it stocked pretty good with box sets down here, I gotta say. It's a nice bunker. It's a good bunker.
Well, it's nice down here. It's nice to have. You don't need it, but it's nice, yeah.
But you didn't say that when we was going through that Andy Griffith box set.
Well,
in week 2.
It passed the time, I'll say that, yeah.
Sound system, screening room, nice.
A big old TV, yeah.
Plush couches to watch a wide assortment of DVDs and Blu-ray.
Yeah, they watch Wings.
TV show Wings.
Yeah.
And the 1927 silent film Wings.
I don't know why you waste time on that. Can't hear it anyway.
Well, it's just a special feature on the Wings box set. I just threw that on there because
I like some old black and white stuff, but there ain't no sound on it. I don't see the point. It's just somebody playing the piano or whatever.
Charlie Chaplin.
Yeah.
Wait, you don't like Charlie Chaplin? He's the tramp, beloved.
It was funny when I was a little kid. How many times you gonna watch that over and over again?
Pull your pants up, Charlie Chaplin.
He ain't got none of that down here.
Get a belt. Nobody, hobos, that's the first thing to go. I guess when you get hard up and it's the depression or whatever, you on a freight train eating chili, first thing to go is your damn belt, because they always wear in them movies, they just wearing rope or something, or they ain't got no, just falling down, britches.
Red Skelton's homeless clown pants fall down all the time, too.
That's just insult to injury, if you ask me.
Well,
if you have lost everything in the world and your dignity and your money and your family and your place to live and you feel worthless and subhuman, the last thing you want is your britches falling down. So I would say invest in a belt.
Well, Red Skelton, homeless clown, at least got work every now and then. He sweep.
He was a good sweeper.
You sweep up every now and then, yeah. But the other Chaplin, Charlie Chaplin just
didn't know how to sweep.
Look at it. He's hungry all the time. Well, go get some work. I know it's the depression, but it's just not funny to me now.
It's kind of bleak.
Yeah.
So we've been down here in Jockey's bunker, just assuming the worst, and it turns out, they say assuming makes an ass out of you and me. Wrong. Yeah. We were correct.
We saw a lot of it go down. Some of it happened.
It was pretty bad that night. It was
bad enough to get down here and not open the door, stay in here.
I was scared. I don't know what took you so long to come get me. When I was calling you over and over, I was like, Jackie, come get me.
I was handling.
Get the hell over here.
I had to take care of Mrs. Broyles, and you know what? Who I know she's fine. She's going to be fine. She's back at my store. In the old bunker. She down there, home health nurse. I'm sure he's looking after her, but so I know she's safe. She's back there.
They gotta eat that bucket rice.
Well, it's rice and crackers down there, enough to get you by for months and months. So I know they're doing all right. Every kind of cracker down in there. You got Ritz crackers, oyster cracker, saltine cracker, Keebler elf cracker, and rice, and of course those big jugs of water. So,
yeah, not jugs, they're buckets filled up with water.
Buckets,
and you rubber banded some cellophane on top of it.
Well, it'll stay in there. They got plenty of moisture, and beverage, they're going to be fine. I ain't worried about them.
You wanted to stay down there, hunkered down with your damn crackers.
I'd been just fine down there if I stayed there,
But look, you come get me. Yes, things were dangerous for a while. You did get hit in the head, and your eyes were bleeding.
Well, yeah. I couldn't see a road. The light pole fell down in the street. I tried to swerve it. That's the last thing I remember.
Your eyes still bleeding?
It bleeds every now and then. It's not as bad as it was. It's just when I get them dreams at night, I get these dreams, and I get some bleeding every now and then.
Heartburn chasing you through a field of blood?
Oh, it's because of all that stuff everybody's saying about heart, ghost, but it's just legends and tall tales in that you hear it all the time and have to tell people to get some sense to them. and then it just stays in your head. They vivid dream wake me up. Of course, bed's in there nice as can be.
Oh man,
He sleep
I don't
like
know
a
how
baby.
many bedrooms they got in here.
Well, I think there's two more. You got one, I got one. They both got each a bathroom on each.
Yeah,
down
thank
here.
God they separate bathrooms, so I don't have to smell old man bathroom.
All right. I don't have to smell whatever you're doing in yours either. I don't want to go in there.
I was afraid. I was like, I'm gonna be trapped in a bunker with Jackie Brawls. Like, where am I gonna jerk off?
Oh,
He
hell.
got a room down here just for jerking off.
What? What room?
This room right over here.
That is a chapel. That ain't.
Oh, I thought it's small and there's that
Oh,
bench
hell.
in there. I thought that was a
what?
jerk-off
That
bench.
is not. Oh, good Lord.
And I thought the cross on the door was just so you could apologize after you got done.
All right, enough.
Just remind you to ask for forgiveness.
I ain't going in there to pray no more.
There was napkins and stuff. Kleenex.
That.
If I see Kleenex, I think you're supposed to jerk off there.
It's a chapel, there's a pulpit, and you know damn. Oh, hell.
I guess people get to crying in chapel. Like Elvis said, I saw you crying in the chapel.
Well, yeah, but that ain't.
He did not say I saw you jerking off in the
All right,
chapel.
I don't want to hear about that. I don't care where you do that business. I don't
Okay, sorry, my bad.
Well, you got to be ashamed of yourself no matter where you do it, but that's the worst place you could do it in there. Bunker Chapel.
I'm sorry, Jackie. I didn't know. I ain't seen you in that chapel. Only person using that chapel, by the way, is me for my nefarious purposes. But still, I ain't seen Jackie in there praying for the salvation of his city upstairs.
You can pray. God hear you pray no matter where you go. You don't got church every Sunday, chapel, wherever.
Yeah, you can't get church down here. No preacher down here. It's just
Well,
me and
no.
Jackie.
And I ain't going in there for show like most stuff in here. It's for show. Let's just say it. I mean, some of it's nice. It's okay to have. I don't mind it being in here, but it's for show. You know, I don't need no chapel back in my bunker, 'cause you can just close your eyes and pray.
Yeah, pray to get out of there. It's a nightmare.
There's a picture of Jesus too, back behind some of them newspaper in the back. I need to hang that back up.
Bugs in that rice.
I-
But thanks for coming to get me, Jackie. Thanks for coming to pick me up at Gentleman Jim's 2, which is burned down to the ground.
There ain't none of that left, yeah.
But funny story, it was not burned down like most of the other buildings in Murfreesboro, which were burned down during the riots or by the prisoners. Turns out 75% of the prisoners were arsonists.
Yeah, pitiful. I didn't know I had that many of them in this town.
But big percentage of the population at Coley's prison were just love to set fires.
Well, that's where they belong in jail. You set enough things on fire, of course, they all got loose. And
Gentleman Jim's 2, however, burnt down just by accident. You know, I mean, how many times did it
that's
burn
been
down?
fourth, fifth time it burnt down. And we just bad luck happening when everything else was burning. It
I
didn't have
don't-
nothing to do with it.
Think I've ever been in there and not seen somebody with a full can of gas.
Well, yeah.
I mean, people huffing it. People run out of gas, go get some on the way back to their car. They're like, I could use a drink.
Well, some people have for fighting, you know, back
Yeah.
in the day. I remember you getting to fight somebody bigger than you, fellow, you throw gas in the eyes.
Sure, right off. That's that's what my daddy taught me when he taught me how to fight. He said, throw gas in their eyes.
Well, you know, if they big, you ain't got nothing else to do. That's throw gas in the eyes before you knife them or shoot anybody.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Just think. Count to 10. Throw gas in their eyes. Count to 10. See if you got your temper under control, and then you see what happens.
No, run away. Throw gas in. You stick around, you see them down, you kick them, everything else just get worse and worse. Just throw gas in the eyes, run away.
The problem, it is a problem. A full can of gas is heavy, and it can weigh you down, be an encumbrance.
Well, you don't
During
need
a
the
fight.
whole can in order to put in somebody's eye. You ain't gonna use all that in somebody's eye.
I find a can of lighter fluid works just as well.
Yeah, that's the same thing, yeah.
You can squirt it. You get some distance.
Huh?
So thanks for coming to pick me up. And then on the way here, we kind of fell afoul of some crowds of rioters, possibly prisoners. Not sure exactly what happened. We barely made it down here. Jackie did not want to go, but I've never seen so many cheeses.
I won't. Every kind of cheese in here. I named a cheese I ain't ever heard before. Cheeses I ain't ever seen it at Kroger's.
Yeah, I've never seen a lot of these cheeses at Kroger's.
I don't know names. I can't. That tastes good. All of them taste good. You take a little bite of. You could sit down here and take little bites of cheese for the next, I don't know, 10 years probably.
Give me some of that cheese now. Pass me some of that cheese.
Yeah. Take some of this.
Thank you.
I don't know what
you sliced it too thick.
Well, it's off. That one's off yellow. I don't know the names. I can't pronounce on it. GH. What? I don't know what it is. I just call them by the shades of the. That's off yellow right there.
It's good.
There's real yellow. That's good. All of them good. If you like cheese, it's good.
I'm gonna put some of this cheese on these scoops. Name brand everything down here too. Just he no Kroger brand Fritos. He's got the scoops, man. Jockey got the scoops down here.
It's good. I like the Bugles. He got the real Bugles. I like those.
Oh, just scoops. Dip them in some cream cheese.
Well, whatever you want. There's all kinds of dipping sauces in the
you got a whole section in the refrigerator just of dipping sauces.
I know it.
Oh man, we're having a pretty good time.
Well, it's not supposed to be a vacation. We down here, you're scared for your life.
But you can have a good time while you're scared for your life.
Well,
what are you?
I guess you could look at it, make the best of things.
Yeah.
I understand that. Yeah. I mean, Andy Griffith, watching all those, get your mind off of what's going on or what could be going on up above us. I don't know.
Look at here. Dr. Pepper.
Yeah. Dr. Pepper. Everything down here but a beer. It's the only thing he's missing. Hey, I guess he didn't have stomach for it, Jockey, knowing he didn't be beer. But I tell you, I got a taste for them champagnes or wine champagnes.
Yeah, it's so many. The wine selection is, I don't know a lot about wine.
Well, I like a Merlot is what you call that. The dark, hand me one of them.
Okay. Here, Jackie.
All right.
Cheers.
Yeah, same to you. Yeah.
To Murfreesboro.
Huh? There you go.
I like it with
I get a taste for it. Now, you think you'd want cold beer. Of course, I did for first week or so. But you get a taste for these. I mean,
I'm starting to be able to tell, like, the year, what's a good year. We opened up that one. What was it, like a 89?
Something like that. Hell,
I was like, throw this shit in the fire. There's a fireplace.
Yeah.
And then we opened up that 93. That was good.
You don't need to throw. There's plenty of gas back in the back there, too. Generator gas, everything else. But,
it's just nice for
it smells.
Ambiance,
It's got a smell to it, and you put on the fire, put the wine on there.
Oh, and then we just kick back and relax in the screen room and the smell of that wine fire.
Yeah.
Wafting through the bunker. Pretty nice.
Well,
all things considered.
For what it is, I mean, it could be worse to say that, but I mean, back in my bunker, I got everything you need. You don't need all this stuff.
Don't need it at all.
You don't need it, yeah.
We should probably go up and look around. I mean, I'm getting all these emails telling us what's happening. People saying, where y'all at? But better safe than sorry.
Yeah. Yeah.
So what's still standing in Murfreesboro? Well, Jackie's store is still standing.
Well, yeah. And from what I understand, what you were telling me earlier is I have some people to thank on here. I won't give, even though with his current troubles, I don't know if he'll get this. You say your computer's on now. Guess what you tell me. So
this will reach multitudes.
All right, McElroy and his boys, I want to thank you for helping get they did catch on fire like everything else. Everything was on fire for a while. That's what, But them, and I want to thank Wet Breads. They put sandwiches all around the store, and they saved the store. It would not still be standing there if it wasn't McElroy hose water and Wet Breads. I sure do appreciate it. I'll give him a big thank you when we finally. It's time when you think it's right for us to get back up there. I owe you a big thank
we're going to go up pretty soon.
Well, yeah. I mean, you got to at some point.
At some point, yeah. But, I mean, we're just halfway through this.
But they save a store. Of course, Miss Bros would have been fine and, home health nurse down there with it. They
That
would have been
bunker.
fine in the bunker either way. You could have burnt the other ground. That bunker be fine down there. Now here, I have to say the same thing, because I think upstairs ain't none of it left, if I remember.
Last thing I remember was from upstairs was when Jockey was pounding on the door, begging us to let him in, saying the whole store was on fire, crashing down around him, and you wouldn't let him in.
Well, I didn't. You don't know who that is. That could be one of the arsonists wanting to get in here and burn it down. You don't know.
It was Jockey.
They knew it's Jockey's bunker, so somebody be imitating him to get down in here is what it was. There ain't no proof that it's Jockey.
How would they not know that he was already down in? Why would they be imitating Jockey? They could be imitating Jockey to Jockey.
What?
Jockey would know it wasn't like another version of him.
You don't know how criminal mind works. The people crazy in the right say anything, do anything, save their lives.
That's true.
You just safest to stay down here by ourselves. I think that's probably made the best decision.
You didn't have to laugh about it for so long.
Well, I wasn't laughing. It's just, you could tell whoever was trying to imitate Jockey was trying to make it sound really dire. And you could tell he's just somebody putting on. He's just funny performance. Seemed funny to me is what it was. Scream for help, let me in, all that stuff,
That is pretty funny.
Well,
I'll be honest. I would not want to be down here with Jockey. Can't understand what he's
no,
saying.
hell no, you wouldn't want to be down. You won't be anywhere with Jockey.
But I do appreciate the nice work he did on his bunker.
Well, it's just, when you in a crisis situation, you make do with what you can. That's all I got to say about it.
Are you using that sound machine when you go to sleep? You can make it sound like birds or a waterfall.
I like a dolphin noise, whale sounds, or whatever. You hit the button and it makes those whale sounds. I don't know why ocean makes me want to go sleep. I never did grow anywhere up near the ocean, but something soothing about water.
Flipper.
Well, Flipper, yeah, he's nice. He's always, every now and then there'd be a situation he'd have to get out of, but for the most part, he's pretty happy.
I think that may be why you're having those apocalyptic dreams about Hurtbird trying to communicate that he wants to kill you, is because you're hearing them dolphin sounds, and it sounds a little bit like a bird. That's probably what's playing in your mind.
I don't know what. It's because everybody's talking about it. Everybody, before we get down here, they already said that ghost bird, which that's full of it. Ain't no such thing as ghost, first off. They were saying everybody getting sick, worked in the Murfreesboro Museum. Everybody gets sick, working animal control. So that's how these things got started. It just blew out of proportion. Everybody talked about that. Of course, that sticks in the head after a while.
Have you tried these new honey mustard kettle chips?
No, see, let me give me. Hang on.
You could just. There's so much food down here. I'm discovering things.
He got every flavor. Yeah, there ain't no flavor he ain't got down here.
I don't think there is. If you had a flavor catalog, you go through it and have little sticky notes to put next to the flavors he don't have. I bet you'd use 2 or 3 sticky notes in that whole flavor catalog.
It's just probably stuff that didn't sell in the store. He put down. That's where he got so much. He tried to sell his store. Store just trying to sell fancy projects just like products like it is down here.
British candy?
It's sweet. That chocolate's good.
It's got bubbles in it.
You get one of these. Hang on, get these. I don't know, some high dollar cookie.
Oh, I love high dollar cookies.
You want one of them?
Yeah,
here?
give me a high dollar cookie. They never did sponsor our podcast.
Well, I guess we was,
I don't know if they're still standing. I would imagine that they have also burnt to the ground.
Well, yeah, I don't think it did. What else is still up
Pretty
beside
much,
the store?
Jackie's store is up.
Yeah.
The mosque.
Oh, yeah.
Mosque did not burn.
No.
Pretty much one of the only buildings standing in Murfreesboro is the mosque.
No.
The square is still there. Most of the square survived the fires.
Square, thank goodness, is still there now.
Yeah.
Now, Alpha Square, that's gone. Yeah.
That's
just soot. I don't know. It's gone.
Everything off the square is just a fond memory.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Longhorns is gone, which is sad because I don't know what people are going to do
Well,
on
that was
Mother's
probably
Day.
going down the tubes anyway, as far as I'm concerned. It wasn't for too long somebody got killed in there and they'd shut it down, bro. They consider them lucky.
Man, I didn't even see these high dollar cookies. Where
They
were
do.
they?
There's a whole box of them. There's 4 or 5 boxes of them out there behind the.
That's a damn crate of them. I can't. There's so much stuff in here.
They keep heat. It's in the humidifier room with all cigars in on the back down in the corner.
Oh, I didn't look
Box
in the
these
cigar
hot dogs.
room.
Now I don't smoke cigars either. I quit smoking a long time ago.
But those are fun. I like the smell of them.
I go in there and whiff it. You know,
Yeah,
the smell.
throw
get
'em in the
yeah.
fire.
Well, yeah, you can burn them too. You know,
Smells
Cuban,
good.
whatever they are, even fancy cigars. I don't know all the names.
Man,
But these cookies, I saw high dollar cookies in the back, and I said, well, I'm gonna
ain't nothing as good as a high dollar damn cookie.
You know, he sat down here saving it for crisis, for when things went bad. It ain't no worse. It couldn't be
Can't
no
get
worse.
no worse.
No, I'm gonna eat these hot dog cookies.
Let me tell you, down here is like my favorite part of The Shining, where Scatman Crothers is naming all the food.
A shiny. I watched Jack Nicklaus, crazy Jack Nicklaus.
That's my idea of heaven, just being surrounded by food.
Oh yeah, you talk about when he goes in the cooler and everything when he's down. Yeah, it's like that.
Yeah, you got Scat. The only thing we don't have is Scatman Crothers talking about it.
I like him. Him talking about food is always good, but that's probably the best food talking ever did.
Oh.
It's a scary selling movie, other parts, but that part, well,
That part, I could rewind that and watch it over and over again.
I know it by heart. 15 rib roast,
Yeah, 30 10-pound bags of hamburger,
12 turkeys,
about 40 chickens,
50 sirloin steaks,
2 dozen of pork roast.
20 legs of lamb.
You like lamb, Jackie?
Huh?
That's what he says.
He didn't say Jackie had a little boy.
He said Doc.
Ghost boy, whatever it was. Yeah.
I wish I had The Shining and could talk to Scatman Crothers because we wouldn't have to stop eating to talk to each other.
That's the talk in the
your
mind.
head,
Yeah,
yeah.
in the head. Just keep on eating. Yeah, I guess I could.
They should have a Shining restaurant and you open it up and the menu talks. It just names off all the meat.
Oh, like in birthday cards when you
Yeah,
open up.
you open it up, play slow ride.
Yep. Well, just if Scatman Crothers naming all food, I'd eat there.
You just call it Scatman Crothers names all the food.
I'd eat that. I'm gonna eat some more of these cookies too.
Oh, Jackie. So I'm going through my email, folks, and we do want to update you on this situation. There's so much stuff coming in. I mean, I got so many emails here. It sounds like people are up and trying to clean up Murfreesboro. That sounds like things may have calmed down a few days ago, but we need to get up there and check it out, Jackie. Maybe after we have our baths.
I ain't had shy.
But I was looking on the Hoseboro Daily News Journal. They ain't changed the name yet, and
It's still, yeah.
I seen that about Bane Jekyll Jr. getting made mayor, so I sent him an email, and he's just replied. Let's see what he says. 'Cause I sent him an email, Jackie. I said, when we going to get together to fuck shit up, Mr. Mayor?
Hey, what? He's the mayor now. You don't need to talk to him that way.
And he says, I'm praying for you.
Well,
Snobby.
how is that snobby? No.
I don't like this new mayor,
In a time
Bane
like the
Jekyll.
things going on now, it's nice to have somebody praying for it. We need a good mayor after what,
Well, talking about praying, there's an email, more spam, from the Third Pentecostal Church of Holiness Ghost Bird. Just letting us know their new covenant. They basically they're worshiping Ghost Hurt Bird as the second coming of Jesus.
Oh, they're crazy. Again, it goes back to people talking about this and saying that. People get their minds running, and let's be honest, they had the spirit in them, but they weren't too shy, but going over the edge anyway, as it was, as far as I'm concerned. And then you start all this ghost bird talk, and yeah, it's just crazy.
They were a lot of sightings of the Ghost Bird, apparently, according to the Hoseboro Daily
That's
News Journal. They ain't
what
changed the name yet.
People say, and that picture is just a blurry. That ain't.
It could be swamp gas.
That's what I'm thinking it is. Because there ain't no such thing ghosts. It's crazy.
Did you try that foot soak machine? Not the hot tub. You get in the hot tub, but then after there's a little hot tub next to it where you just put your foot in it. Did you try that yet?
I didn't know that's for your feet.
What do you think it was for?
I thought it was something to boil weenies in when you in the hot tub.
Is that where you boiled all them weenies in? If they weren't so good, I'd be mad because I had my feet in there.
I'll be You didn't have your feet in. That's what I thought. It was on the side. You put your weenies in, you get in the hot tub, and then you have some weenies afterwards.
That makes sense. Maybe I'm wrong.
Your feet. Why do you need a hot tub just for your feet? Your feet are in the regular hot tub. What do you want to get in? It don't make no sense.
That's why it's got that loofah bottom for you to rub your heel on and take off them calluses.
I don't know about that.
Oh, Jackie, look at here. I didn't think we'd have a sponsor, being as how we're down here in the bunker, cut off from whatever's happening up in Murfreesboro right now. What's
left to be a sponsor? Yeah, I don't even.
But look at here. I mean, this is a few days old, but Skunkies, your friend, Big Helen.
Little Helen, yeah.
Who you never met.
Well, not yet. Hopefully if she can get through all this, we'll be happy to meet them, yeah.
Look at here. It says sponsor line of credit. They said I don't know how to get a hold of you. Jackie doesn't have an email address. Look here. They want you to be your sponsor on the show. We're talking about line of credit. Look at here.
Yeah. Oh, let me see. That's on the computer. Yeah, okay. Bless their hearts. Isn't that something to do? Now, Skunkies right now knows what kind of shape everybody's in. And, most people ain't got homes. I guess, what do you call refugees at this point? I don't know what you call them. They going to give a line of credit. It says here, if you have proof of Murfreesboro residence, ID, if you're lucky to make that survive, you show them, they're going to give you a line of credit till everybody gets on their feet. Bless their hearts. Ain't that something?
Line of credit for what?
Huh?
What do you get? What do you get?
Just supplies. People need,
It doesn't say, does it say supplies? It just says credit. Get a line of credit.
Yeah. It just, whatever they got in there. They just, people don't have nothing. At least some places offering them something. Let people go down there and get something.
Pizza rolls are ready.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, these are good. These are the buffalo chicken pizza rolls.
Buffalo chicken.
Pizza rolls. They're not really pizza rolls. They're buffalo chicken pizza rolls. I think they got blue cheese in them.
I'll eat them.
Damn.
They all taste good. Every pizza roll I've had since I've been down here, you can give them a different name, and they all taste, they taste a little different, but they're still pizza rolls. They're all good, I'll say that.
Let me tell you, I like to think that I keep up with technology and food, but I don't know when they come up with so many different kinds of pizza rolls. My hat is off to Jockey, wherever he may be, because he thought ahead. He said, well, they may get tired of this kind of pizza roll. I may not feel like that kind of pizza roll today.
They're hot. Let them cool down before you hand them over here. Just hold on. Let them cool down.
That is the thing about pizza rolls. They hot inside, molten lava.
Take them over here and put them in the food cooler.
That food cooler is worth its weight in gold, folks.
I never seen nothing. That microwave makes, heat things up. This thing gets it just cold just right. Save your breath from having to blow over and over the thing. You put down just how cold you want it, what temperature, and you come out of that food cooler. That's good. That'll be ready to eat.
Ready to eat.
Yeah.
Look at here, Jackie got an email. I got a sponsor, I guess. He emailed me. It's because you don't have an email. Nobody knows how to get a hold of you, or nobody cares to.
Well, Skunkies did, didn't they? They just wrote you.
They went through me. That's a pain in the ass.
Still, they knew how to do it. I want again thank Skunkies for helping people down on the luck, which is pretty much everybody in this town right now. Yeah.
Jim Beavers.
Oh.
Who has been through a lot.
Hell yeah.
I don't know if you folks remember, but he was over at McKinley's during the McKinley-Sullivan War.
Run him off the road.
Sullivan run him off the road.
Yeah.
He hurt his head in a crash. McKinley sort of shanghaied him. Is that racist? To be his personal cable installer in the McKinley-Sullivan Wars. And then at the fair, when everything went down, when everything went south, after that popcorn machine got broken, Jackie.
Thanks.
Jim Beavers got kicked in the head by a llama.
Yep. bless his heart. He's doing all right though. He's a sponsor.
Apparently, he's out of the hospital.
Good.
This is a few days old. You know, I'm working my way slowly through the news and these emails and texts. But Jim Beavers, subject line sponsor.
Huh?
Let me open it up here. It says television. No, it says TV vision.
TV. Must be something new Comcast got. I don't know.
I think he has taken 2 major head wounds.
Well, yeah. I mean, he knows he still works in TV. That's something, isn't
Yeah,
it?
it is something.
Well, yeah.
And he sent me a $25 Amazon gift certificate. There's a link on here, so he knows.
What hospital is he in? Murfreesboro Hospital burnt to the ground. Was he Smyrna?
I don't know where they were carrying people. I'm imagining
They were still that you'd see an ambulance come in. There was every kind of sign you could think of. I can't keep up with it. Fire engine sign, police sign, ambulance sign.
Which was your favorite siren?
Oh, I don't know. Ambulance, I guess, at least they're helping somebody.
It's a good one.
Well, the fire, I had nothing against Murfreesboro Fire Department. I know you did as much as you could, but I'm going to say you right now, I'm glad Wet Breads and Ray McElroy got over to my store before they did. I'm going to say it right now.
Oh, you're not mentioning Wire Towers wash jars.
Oh, hell, what I got to mention them for?
They sent me an email here. They said just wanted to let Jackie know that we was out there helping Wet Breads and the McElroy boys save his store with jars full of water that they were pouring down.
Oh, hell.
On the
I got my own
keep
jars
that
full of
building
water. I don't need to use their jars.
Jackie.
I got jars of my own that I clean myself, and they full of water down there in the bucket along with the buckets. So,
Jackie has a beef with Wire Tower wash jars because he went to them with a bunch of his filthy old jars. He's like, wash these out.
what's the difference if that's what he does? He washes.
He goes to the dump. He has a little shack next to the
don't-
dump, and that's where he collects jars. He
I
washes out
saving
his
him-
own jars.
Saving him a trip to the dump.
Well,
That made the price difference, whatever it is. He could have just washed mine. He just said, "Stick it." I won't repeat what he said.
Well,
Up
after
yours.
all the trouble you've given him over the years, he was out there fighting the fires, and his dump shack burned to the ground.
Well, yeah. I'm just glad he didn't get in the way of Wet Breads and Ray McElroy and his boys.
$1 cookies.
They're good, yeah.
I almost want to do a sponsor. I'm just going to do a free sponsor for $1 cookies. Folks, if you're down in a bunker and your town is burned down to the ground because of riots and prisoners and war between Sullivan and McKinley, you could do worse than just stock your bunker up with some $1 cookies.
Yeah. I'd give that for free. We eating them for free. I'd just give that sponsor out.
Are they Italian? They're flaky but crunchy and crisp.
In the middle, they moist, though. On the outside, flaky, but in the middle, it's soft like cake.
Now, you're going to pay a little bit more for a $1 cookie.
Well, I didn't pay nothing for these. They didn't
No,
have
we
fire
just,
in there. Yeah.
Jockey had, I don't know what he paid. He probably go to Costco.
Well, you know how he is. He's soft. Show off.
But they good. They good cookie. That's $1 cookie. That's our third sponsor.
They're good. They ain't got nothing. It don't matter who buys them. I didn't mean to say anything bad about them. I don't like Jockey. He buys it, but if it's a product that's out there, it don't matter who buys it. It's good. It's quality product. Delicious.
So, folks, I'm piecing a lot of this together from news reports, emails from family, friends. I'm sure you guys are wondering exactly what all went down up above us. We haven't been up there per se to check it out. I mean, I'm getting emails like, what are y'all doing down there? Pulling each other's puds? But
Ow.
I guess people are going on about their lives and
People just jealous while it is.
yeah, they're people. I like to think of those people as sort of daredevils, risk takers, unnecessary risk takers. I mean, you don't know what's gonna happen.
After what I saw 2-3 weeks ago, I don't know if I'm ever gonna go back up there again. I don't know. hopefully they're telling you the truth on a computer, but I don't know.
So tonight we come down here, Mayor T.T. Slott, former Mayor T.T.
She
Slott,
never was the mayor to begin with.
declared martial law. There were nights of riots.
Well, something needed to be done. I'll give her that much credit, but
People did not pay attention to them. The rioting continued. Gun shops were ransacked as people stocked up to defend themselves. Gun Sonic was cleaned out of guns and burnt to the ground.
Yep.
But they still selling tater tots out of their home.
Well, at least somebody giving people food out there. You need something to eat.
That's what they're doing it for the refugees and the people in the barns.
Good for them.
So Mayor T.T. Slott took over Peanut Pockets, the site of so much turmoil and strife.
Well, it's because they overreacted. Now, they were, Peanut Pockets Patrol, and they were shooting. It wasn't for fun no more. Usually throw peanuts at you for
That's
fun.
fun.
No, not
Too hard.
They were trying to hurt. Now, granted, people acting a fool probably need to get hurt every now and then, but
They had all those militarized weapons,
Yeah.
and peanut launchers,
Yeah.
and peanut flak jackets and tanks.
I just don't think that's all that's necessary for, local steakhouse. I just don't think
She said
they need all that stuff. But
in the name of local defense, she took over Peanut Pockets, and it was Slot Pockets before it was burned to the ground. And she took on as her mayoral uniform the Peanut Pockets dress, the dress of the traditional Mr. Peanut Pockets. So for all intents and purposes, she was mayor and Mr. Peanut Pockets.
she wasn't either one. They called her mayor because of Murfreesboro Bottled Water Association, and anybody can put on a Mr. Peanut Pockets outfit. Don't necessarily mean Mr. Peanut Pockets.
But she disbanded the Peanut Pockets Patrol and replaced them with former and current prostitutes.
Oh.
So the Peanut Pockets Patrol was also known as the Prostitute Pockets Patrol.
After she got a hold of it, yeah.
They were also dressed as Peanut Pockets. Slot cops still in their traditional uniform of the Salvation Army getup.
You think that'd be enough, but I guess not.
No, she needed her own personal security force. But she did do this because things were so higgledy-piggledy, folks. Things were just upside down, turn around. What's happening? To expedite trials of rioters and looters and captured, escaped prisoners dressed as demons, she turned to some of the most trusted names in Murfreesboro, the former Peanut Pockets. So she was the current Mr. Peanut Pockets, but she reached out, and everybody's got a favorite Mr. Peanut Pockets. She got them all. It was an all-star Peanut Pockets review. But she made them judges, and they sat in judgment of the criminals that were brought before them, a council of Peanut Pockets. And they had their heads projected on these. It looked like Superman when they were like, guilty.
Oh, that's Marlon Brando's part, yeah.
It's creepy. No. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
In the new one, he's flying around on Never-Ending Story thing.
Oh, hell.
But in the old one, yes.
The good one, that's one Christopher Reeves hurt on the horse. That's an old Superman.
It does not happen in that film.
No, it doesn't happen in it, but that's what happened to him, in real life. But that's Superman to me. That one, in the old one, before he died.
So T.T. Slott, so that won some of the people of the town over. She was trying to restore calm, apparently. Former Peanut Pockets were the judges of the town, the council. And she also made the Gunsonic girl head of the slot cops, because you remember at the fair she got attacked.
She's a hero, yeah.
By some of the prisoners and shot a bunch of them.
She took out more than a few. She wounded some, and I shot. I think some of them death row inmates anyway, so you got to the job quicker. That's just whoever she died. If anybody got a problem with that, just think there's just a few less places burnt to the ground, as far as I'm concerned. So,
hero.
Yeah, she's a hero.
So she put her in charge of security. She was over this Gunsonic girl was over the slot cops. She was over the Peanut Pockets prostitute patrol. The town felt safer
Yeah.
for a brief moment.
Well, that didn't last long, did it?
Now, the former Peanut Pockets patrol that T.T. Slot fired, they went off and joined Bane Jekyll Jr. and the pre-greeters and the escaped prisoners dressed like demons and Hamburglar.
Yeah.
So that was a little dangerous. You don't know. You arm some people, and then you don't know what's going to happen to them later. Are they going to be your enemy or your friend? You give them guns. You give them training.
Yeah.
Where are they going to turn up next? They going to help Murfreesboro, or are they going to be out in the woods conspiring with prisoners and show cows?
Ain't no telling. It got to a point where I didn't know who to trust.
You don't. You really
Yeah.
don't know who to trust.
I didn't know.
Oh, here's an email, Jackie, from the Newtown. I hate to break up the flow of the story, but I just got email from the Newtown Conspiracy Theorists Club. Apparently, they're denying that any of this ever happened.
What?
False flag.
I saw most of it with my own damn eyes.
Well, who you gonna believe, Jackie? Your
My-
eyes or
my-
a conspiracy theorist
I
club?
may have had a little blood in my eye, but I could still see what was going on, everything on fire.
Oh, this is important. There's another. Oh, this came a couple days after that other email from Skunkies.
Wow.
There was a fire at Skunkies. It didn't hurt the building externally,
Good, yeah.
but it burned up everything inside.
What?
What was inside, you may ask? Does not say.
Well, I'm glad you read that. If anybody's headed over at Skunkies to get a line of credit, probably best not to go over there.
You'll
now.
get there and you'll be like, "Oh, look, it's still standing. Everything's fine." Nope. Go in there. I guess it's just a shell, burned out.
That shame they lost everything in there. Bless their hearts.
Whatever it was.
They ain't the only ones. I'm sorry they
At least they got a shell of a building.
it's more than a lot of folks have. Yeah. Bless their hearts.
Formerly Little Helen's.
Yeah. Skunky. Big Helen went in a business with
Skunkies.
Yeah. Selling. Yeah.
So then apparently things went awry for Mayor T.T. Slott, according to this article in the Hoseboro Daily News Journal. They ain't changed the name yet.
Yeah.
They called it coup.
That's what it was. Yeah.
Apparently the Gunsonic girl dated one of the McElroy boys. Now, T.T. Slott and Rio McElroy have had a beef. They got beef going back to when.
Well, he had a thriving business running, and she had to step in there and say prostitute water, or whatever it was he called
Slot
it.
water hose.
Slot water, hose, whatever
Rio
it was.
McElroy had hose water.
He had traditional green and black hose, hose water light,
When you're on the go.
No, that's Energy Plus. Hose
God
water
damn
Energy
it.
Plus when you're on the go, and then hose water light for no calories.
So it's green.
Traditional black green hose, yeah. That's what he had until she come running him out of business.
Well, it helps if you're not a racist.
Oh,
The Murfreesboro Water Association had to step in and take his hose away.
well,
So when she became mayor, he was threatening to secede, and he set up a little community of Hoseboro on the outskirts of Murfreesboro. He was trying to set up a thriving alternative to Murfreesboro. But he saw his end when T.T. Slott, in a fatal miscalculation, named the Gunsonic girl head of security. So with guns pointed right at her face,
yeah.
T.T. Slott was removed as the mayor,
They sent her off to McMinnville.
banished to McMinnville.
Yeah.
There was a battle of the prostitute pockets, destroyed Peanut Pockets restaurant, steakhouse, burned it to the ground.
Yeah. That wasn't the prisoner's hair.
Nope, that was hard to keep track.
I know.
That was the battle of the prostitute pockets.
Pockets, yeah.
The
Them and-
McElroy boys
Boys, yeah.
versus the
Well, I
Prostitute
went
pockets.
at the time. I went with a side that had a hero and no prostitutes. So I was in full support of that particular coup at that time.
Yeah, Rio McElroy, mayor of Murfreesboro, quickly changed the name to
everything.
Hoseboro.
Hoseboro, and that's newspaper still.
Still the Hoseboro Daily News.
Yeah.
Not a good mayor. I think you can ask most people that, and they'll give you the same opinion. Riots raging on the streets, fires burning buildings down. All Rio McElroy did as mayor was give everybody a hose.
Well, people, if they'd have used them right, maybe they'd have put out some of these fires.
Oh, again, I hate to break up the flow of this story, but I do feel like we need to break in here and let folks know about Dr. Birdman and everybody else who's missing.
Oh,
people were upset when Dr. Birdman and Johnny Greenstreet, who along with Jackie Broles, destroyed the Murfreesboro Museum popcorn machine. Best popcorn you ever put in your mouth.
It was delicious popcorn. I didn't set foot in that place. Don't bring me into it.
They went before the Judgment Council, former Peanut Pockets, and they only had to pay a $25 fine.
People were not happy with that.
People were upset.
Well, people are already mad that people didn't understand that Dr. Birdman and Johnny Greenstreet were, it was a miscalculation on their part, but they were driven by their heart. And what, somebody take a family member away from you, you do, irrational things too. You got to do what you got to do So I don't know if people took that into perspective when they was all riled up over popcorn machine being tore up.
How many Mountain Dew flavors has he got in here?
I don't like that white one. Why is there a white Mountain Dew?
It's just, it's funny looking. It looks like you drinking, what, out of you.
Shut up. There's just no reason to have white. White ain't got no flavor.
It's a citrusy sort of flavor.
It has a flavor, but it ain't appealing when you see white. It's just,
What is
taste.
It, Maalox?
Yeah, I get milk.
But he's got plenty of it in here.
I don't like it. He'll have plenty of that white left.
Heard of some of this mouth madness. Mountain Dew mouth madness.
I like the blue and pretty much every other color in there besides white. I like purple, blue, and red, and pink.
It's all good.
Yeah. Mountain Dew's good anyway. There's no reason the white flavor.
I'll tell you what, I really leaned pretty heavy on these Mountain Dews when I was in the gaming room. Keep me up at night, keep me focused, keep my senses sharp.
Yeah. You like playing the pool. It's something to pass time.
So, now, folks, if anybody needs to take a break, the great thing about podcasts is you can press pause. You can say, you know what, I need to take a second and absorb all this. Because there is a lot. And me and Jackie are just learning a lot of this, too. I mean, going through these stories.
Well, the computer didn't start working. Some of us we knew beforehand, but the computer just started working on there.
Yeah,
I didn't know about skunkies.
We spent a little bit of time going through this stuff, and we were like, we got to let the people know that Murfreesboro is going to be okay, even though it's destroyed.
Well, I don't know what's left of it may be okay. Ain't much of I don't know.
So there's these pictures in here of the last time that Dr. Birdman and Johnny Greenstreet were seen. That Dr. Birdman and Johnny Greenstreet were working together to capture all the escaped birds that had been following and pecking at Dr. Birdman.
Well, he got most of them, too.
They got most of them. When you got Johnny Greenstreet working for you, he going to get them birds.
He going to get you can either get them out or, in that case, get them in those cages.
But this picture here is wreckage of his truck.
Oh, Lord.
Feathers, blood, and there's a message. They say could be written in blood. They ain't tested it because most of the police labs burnt down, so you got to send that off. I say most of the police. I think there's one police lab left. So it's Jackie's store, the mosque.
What?
One police lab, couple Walmarts.
Well, Walmart's fine, yeah. There's two, yeah, they're
But
fine.
you could burn down 7 Walmarts, and we still have like 13.
You'd have some left, yeah. We got plenty of Walmarts. Of course, We don't need to go Walmart down here. You got pretty much everything in a
It's
Walmart
like living
here.
in a
I know
Walmart.
it.
Like
It is.
I might as well be
By
damn
yourself, yeah.
Queen Amidala down here living in Walmart like that movie.
Armadillo.
Message in blood or red paint says squawk. Last time anybody seen Dr. Birdman or Johnny Greenstreet.
And people sitting there and saying, I hope they're fine. Good Lord knows I want them to be fine. Good friends of mine, good upstanding members of the community, regardless of mistakes they made involving popcorn machines. They're good men. Now, everybody's saying, oh, Ghostbird this, Ghostbird that. Is it Ghostbird, or is it a bunch of crazy people that think Jesus is a Ghostbird? That's Charles Manson stuff right there. So it's with that Pentecostal holiness God, they all crazy with...
They do talk to Pastor Omer Frame from the Third Pentecostal Church of Holiness Ghost Hurtbird, and he says, prophecy's coming true. He says he's sorry when anybody disappears mysteriously, but sometimes people get what they deserve. Because this article connects the dots here, Jackie. It ain't only Dr. Birdman and Johnny Greenstreet that have disappeared. I mean, they also, when Jimmy escaped from jail dressed as a hamburglar during the fair escape, he didn't go into the woods with Bane Jekyll Jr., the mayor.
Well, at that time...
He was not the mayor.
You shouldn't have. He wasn't the mayor, and at the time... before he got his act together, I wouldn't have gone out there with him. Jimmy's smart not to go out there.
So Jimmy was in his traditional home under the overpass, and all they see now is another message. It says squawk with an exclamation point this time. And blood on his clothes and some feathers.
I'd keep snooping around the holiness Pentecostal holiness God church and that old Frame fella. I don't...
And also all the people who were mad about the damn popcorn machine been broke.
Well,
there's suspects other than...
As if people don't have enough reason to be upset with everything going on. I mean, it's just, it's just kind of, no pun intended, throwing gasoline on the fire.
Well, but if you look at the fact that the manager of Big Lots...
Oh...
Not the manager of Big Lots, but the manager of the Big Lots parking lot, where so many scenes of Dr. Birdman's torture of Ghost Hurtbird.
It wasn't torture. It was a show. They were partners. They did shows when Hurtbird got sick. There was shows to see Hurtbird get better. I'd let him do it here every now and then. He'd out in the parking lot here at Big Lots.
Wow. When you put it like that, Jackie, then with all these disappearances, Dr. Birdman and Johnny Greenstreet, Jimmy, the manager of the Big Lots parking lot, all disappeared. Mysteriously. Seemed like the only person left that Ghost Hurtbird would have to take revenge on would be you.
What the? I didn't know there's a phone down here.
Maybe they just got the service back up.
I get the butler to answer it.
Don't keep sleeping.
He always sleeping down here.
He's Jockey's daddy. He's old.
I know he's old, but he's still a butler. That's why they put him down here to be a butler. That's where he needs to be.
It ain't my problem that Jockey hates his daddy. Just answer the damn phone.
I'm going to answer the phone. Hang on. It's underneath here. Hello? It's the wrong number.
It ain't a wrong number. It's damn... I heard the Ghost Hurtbird screeches.
You don't know what that was on the phone. Don't nobody know what that was. It could be an all clear sound or something, bird call.
Oh, maybe it's safe for us to go upstairs?
Well, I don't know about that. I ain't gonna trust this to anybody whistling willy-nilly on the phone. I don't know.
That's true. People love to show off their bird calls, and it's easy to get that confused with the all-clear signal.
Well, yeah.
I mean, at the least, we need to sit down here and watch this Blu-ray of Firefox.
Well, yeah.
Then maybe tomorrow.
I won't watch that one. Another Clint Eastwood. What's the one? He's a The one where he's got all camouflage on, the Marine. I don't know the name of it. He's got it in there.
Heartbreak Ridge?
Heartbreak Ridge. I want to watch that one.
Yeah, we'll have a double feature.
That sounds good. We'll watch that tomorrow. Yeah.
Maybe I'll make my granny's enchilada casserole.
You got all the ingredients down there, I'm sure.
Oh,
don't you?
yeah. We keep saying we're going to cook, but there's so much
It's already pre-made. There's all kinds of. In the freezer stuff froze up there. That's just you stick in the oven and hit turn it on. That's it.
I keep microwaving these wet breads, and they just as good froze.
They are good froze. I didn't know, if you go a little too far, you put it in the food cooler, it gets you just right. It's wet and as delicious as ever, yeah.
They freeze up real good.
I don't know how many wet bread sandwiches they got up there.
Like 80.
Probably. I couldn't keep count of all of them. Good Lord.
They thought he was crazy when he ordered. He said, I'll take 80 to go.
He didn't know. He knew it, he just, like I said, just for show, he prepared. He'd be just as good with crackers, everything else. But, if I'm down here, I'll go ahead and have a few. I like wet breads. I'm going to go ahead and have a few. I may not be able to count how many's in there, but I can count how many's in the garbage area we already gone through. We eat some wet breads all day, one day.
That was Wet Bread Thursday.
Yeah.
I remember that. That was fun.
We ate all the wet breads, watched Poseidon Adventure.
I masturbated 3 times.
Hey, why do you say that for?
Oh, I was just looking through my journal.
Look,
Wet breads, Poseidon Adventure, masturbated 3 times.
What the hell? I don't want to hear about any of that.
I'm not good at keeping a journal, but down here, you need something to pass the time.
All
not
right.
really. He's got like one of them Atari simulators hooked up in the game room, and we're not going to be able to, before we are forced to leave this bunker, to enjoy all its many pleasantries.
You won't ever get to it, depending on how. You could live down here for I don't know how long, years and years and years, and not get to everything. I don't like your computer games, stuff you play, ColecoVision, whatever it is. I got a pinball machine. I remember how to do that in my youth. Air hockey, too. We do that every now and then.
Yeah. It's fun. Just me. Can you imagine just me and Jackie down in a dark bunker playing air hockey for hours?
Well, it ain't dark. You turn the lighting in here, do whatever you want it to. They do it, the dancing lights you turn on, and then you turn on by mistake, I just won't be regular light, But you hit everything, it look like a dance parlor or anything.
Yeah, in the banquet hall, if you move the tables and floors and stuff, he's got it set up as a dance floor.
Yeah.
Tables and chairs, not the floor.
Well, I found out the wrong way, yeah.
This podcast is taking away from my valuable bunker time.
Well, you want to do it. If the computer's always is the least we can do. We said we'd do 100. I'm going to do the last one, regardless of the circumstances.
And we do need to let people have been people that don't even live in Murfreesboro are wrapped up in this story, and the least we can do is let them know how it all
catch people up to speed, yeah.
All turns out. Hey, Jackie, here's an email from Don Podge. It's photos of him and Miss Phillips and the Border Kids.
Oh, yeah.
Making pillars and tearing Bible pages out and stuffing them in bags of chips over at Coley's prison.
Bless their hearts, yeah.
Which is now mostly empty, but did not burn. Hard to burn a prison.
Well, they're built sturdy,
I think there are sections that are burned.
Now, the Coley Cinemas, they ain't no more.
That's gone.
That's
gone. That's
yeah,
burned.
I don't know where anybody go see a movie. We're lucky we got the TV down here, as big as that movie theater. Just watch them down here. But if you want to go out to the movies, which I don't see no reason to, with stuff like this, ain't no place to go.
No. Once everybody gets a screening room in the future, like Jockey has down here, Hollywood, you might as well just hang up your sign, closed for business.
Now, look, if I'm down here, I watch movie stuff. I'm looking forward to watching Heartbreak Ridge and Firefox. Yeah, I'm looking forward to those. But down in my bunker back there, I'm sure Miss Brawls and her home health nurse, he probably reading all them Louis L'Amour books to her.
Oh, God.
Well, I stocked up. There's plenty of I'm saying there's just as much entertainment over there is down in here, jockeys.
Oh, this hits me pretty hard, Jackie. Wizard Beards. They sent their mailing list a picture of the ruins. Went up in flames.
Yeah.
remember that night I swore I was high and I was like, I ain't smoked nothing yet? You remember that?
That's what not.
I bet that's the night Wizard Beards burned down, and I spit some of it, just got down in here and filled my lungs up and made me feel good. So Wizard Beards.
It didn't burn down every night. You said you was high. I don't know how many times that you been here.
I was high, but that night I just had not gotten around to smoking. I mean, I had some pills.
Hell.
My back. Oh, and look here, I'm on Ted and Ralph's Christmas card list. I didn't think I'd ever hear anything from them. You know, they split up over the whole Sullivan-McKinley thing as partners and or lovers, and both their stores, both the Glory Hole and He Touched Me Books and Balloons have burned down.
Yeah,
but you know how adversity brings couples and or business partners together, strengthens their relationships, makes them say, hey, we can take on this adversity.
You go through some stuff, it brings you, that's what, families, you go through this, that, you come out the other end stronger.
So they're planning on breaking ground on a new Glory Shelf and Balloons.
Oh, well.
As soon as they get, I guess there's a lot of that going on upstairs.
As soon as we get the all clear, we know we're safe up there. I'll be one of the
gonna
first
go up
places
there
I
too.
go. Yeah, well,
help them. Maybe help them have like a barn raising like they do the beard people.
Yeah.
And folks, I keep seeing this on my Facebook feed, and I see this these YouTube clips have been going around, and this was really the moment. If you're trying to keep up with the Murfreesboro story of what happened in the Sullivan-McKinley wars and those dark days of the riots and the prisoners.
Craziness. People acting crazy.
The three speeches of Murfreesboro, they call it. The three speeches. There was a night when things were at their darkest.
I mean, people...
They hooked up, they got the Peanut Pockets tank, and they hooked up a PA system to it, and they were riding it around.
Everybody heard those speeches. Now, it's amazing when always times of crisis, how many times Obama get up there and make a speech. Everybody, oh, that's a good speech, who cares, but there's been some great speeches throughout the history. Well, Gettysburg Address.
That's one of them.
That's one of them. Kennedy, people's like he said gold moon, whatever, but people, I know West Bull, but anyway, people talk about that one, and I don't know, Eisenhower.
I Have a Dream.
Oh, yeah.
The main one.
Dr. King. Well, that's
Martin
a
Luther
big,
King Jr.
I was thinking presidents, but he never was president, but he did make a good speech, I'll give him that. But those, those were all separated by years, maybe not Kennedy and Martin Luther King, but, back in Gettysburg, that's years and years apart. I don't think anybody would ever think you'd hear three, I'm going to go ahead and say it, historical speeches, more or less back to back.
You people out there need to get on YouTube and look up three speeches in Murfreesboro. It's quite astounding what happened there. In our darkest moment, the darkest hour, the darkest moment of the darkest hour, it was dark.
Well, it was, besides the glow of the flames, dark in a sense, that thing's on fire.
First speech was Lynette. Lynette, of course, is McKinley of McKinley Air Conditioning. His sister, who said, this all got started. It may be just to recap quickly. Lynette was in this photograph that McKinley found that was taken at the damn wheelchair Olympics where her wheelchair husband was out there competing. And there was a man who looked like Sullivan, had his hand on Lynette's boob. That made McKinley mad, and then things had kind of simmered down. Then, of course, Jackie got on here and said they was best friends.
I just said what I saw in the store. Don't be saying all because people act crazy because I saw something. It don't make any sense.
Basically shot Franz Ferdinand with that remark and set off the Sullivan-McKinley Wars, which set all the destruction of Murfreesboro.
Well, part of it, yeah. People is at each other's throats all the time. Now, look, I appreciate Lynette getting up there and doing what she did. But now, had she done this, I don't know what. 2-3 months back, but would we be in the situation we're today? I don't know. I
Victim
can't say.
blaming, Jackie.
I'm not blaming nobody. Like I said, I'm glad what she did. Somebody need to do something. So she got up there and yeah.
She said, "Who gives a shit?" The "who gives a shit" speech.
Well,
speech one.
I usually don't like that language, but right then people need to hear bad language. I'll say it. This stand the way they acting need to hear bad language.
She said it was not Sullivan in that picture. She said that picture was taken for her wheelchair husband.
Yeah.
She clarified that her wheelchair husband can get it up. It's not physical.
All right.
It's just something he likes to see other men with her.
I know it. I don't want to hear it all again. Now,
that was a picture for him to enjoy privately when he was masturbating, or to get him in the mood when they were going to go to town on each other.
Enough. Now, listen, all of that stuff to me is private talk, especially what's going on in the picture to begin with.
Well, that's what Lynette said. She said it is between her and her husband. And the man with his hand on her boob. And the man in the hotel room who took the picture of her naked and the man with the hand on her boob.
All right, everybody knows.
Nobody else needs to be concerned about their private lives.
That's what it should have been to begin with.
Well, she said she did not speak out before because it was her fucking boob.
Hey, enough with the language. I don't have to hear it. But either way, if you take those kind of pictures, you know, they're liable to get out.
Well, reports say that Sullivan and McKinley both were embarrassed.
Well, they should have been. Regardless of what the picture was of, what they should have been embarrassed by their behavior.
The town was embarrassed and gave them food for thought. Food for thought, Jackie.
I know it.
Made them think, oh, maybe this is a feminist issue.
I don't
know how they got there.
I don't
exactly.
But
but
as long whatever it got them to quit, get away, not be at each other's throats for 5 damn minutes.
That was speech one, and it got people thinking. People were hesitant to resume their rioting. People laid down their torches.
Now, I don't agree with all that private information getting out there, but like I said, it needed to be said. I'm glad it was. And if people just step back and realize, I've been acting like a madman for the past 2-3 months. Hell, I can't keep up with how long it was.
Hoseboro Daily News Journal, they ain't changed the name yet, says that McKinley was reported as saying, well, Sullivan is still a son of a bitch. So things did not go far enough in speech one, but then came speech two, Jackie, and everybody's going to remember where they were when they heard speech two, because that's when Cobbler Man gave his speech. Well, that mean, I'm not even going to say his name on here.
Well, I don't ever want to say his name. Now, look, it's bad enough going in there and get Cobbler what he says to your face. How he runs you up and down. It's pitiful, but you'll sit there and bear it because you're going to get that Cobbler at the end of it. You know it's coming. He'll run you, get personal. Say, he's cussed my wife, cussed me.
He knows things.
I'd never thought I would hear anything come out of that man's mouth that was any worse than what I normally hear. But I tell you what, when he got to talking on that thing and everybody, he cussed everyone in this town.
And we could hear it down here, sound carries through the shell.
Well, yeah.
If this is what is around us. So we were able to hear, it was coming over the intercom we used to call the butler. Yeah. So we knew things were afoot. We didn't want to, I think that was the night that we were watching those Lonnie Anderson TV movies.
Yeah.
He had a wide assortment of films.
I didn't know she made that many movies. She's in a bunch of them. I mean, I knew her from, WKLP, all them shows, but she'd made TV movie after TV movie, I guess. Most of them good.
I mean, we knew it was historic, but, you get wrapped up in a story and you don't want to.
Yeah.
So we just stayed down here. I knew it'd all wind up on YouTube anyway.
I didn't want to get up there, listen to him, what he was saying. I didn't want him to catch me in his crosshairs.
Oh, he cussed everybody out.
Now, I would never in a million years defend this SOB Cobbler man. That's what we'll call him, because he's probably the worst man ever walked face of earth, as far as I'm concerned, aside from his ability to, make good cobbler.
Best cobbler
That's the
you
only
ever
that's
put
the-
in your mouth.
That's the only thing he's good at. Now, granted, he is really, really good at it.
Yes.
Best cobbler I can't put
It's
into words.
indescribable.
Well,
Oh, we got some in the freezer.
we still got some in there, I know. And you hold on to them, they're going to be worth money. We need to, I'd say probably finish. I don't know if he can finish them off. It'll be years and years before he finish them off. But they got all them cobbler mans.
Got a whole walk in.
I don't know how the hell Jockey, because there's another SOB. Them two, how he managed to go through line at the line to get all that cobbler from him to freeze it up.
He probably sent his
Yep.
daddy.
That's what he did. Sent his butler down there.
So he was calling everybody out. He was bringing up personal stuff, cussing.
Well,
people so
need,
mad.
What I was trying to say, people need, this was the one time, most time you just trying to go get cobbler. That's all you doing. There ain't no reason to get cussed up and down. But at this time when he did, the way everybody was behaving in this town, that's why I said don't want to defend him, probably needed to hear some of that said to it. Cause the way everybody in Murfreesboro was acting, it's the first time they got what they deserve from cobbler man.
Usually you don't deserve it.
No, you just want to eat some good cobbler. Why is that a reason to get cussed up and down?
People were already so mad, and they were mad about the riots. They were mad about the town being burned down and the escaped prisoners and the damn coyotes from 3 Sticks of Candy and the escaped cows, and there's cow shit everywhere.
Yeah.
You can't eat some fish sticks without a cow swiping its tail in your damn
Them
tartar
show
sauce.
cows are smart. Now you give them attitude, they give it back to you. That's what I'm saying. They're show cows, Luke. You want regular cows. They're show cows, smartest cow known to man as far as I'm concerned. They were everywhere.
Bloodshed brother against sister.
Yeah.
All these feelings of anger already in the town. And then Cobbler Man, who makes you angry even on your best day.
Yeah.
He was mean, he was nasty, but he was honest. The town was on the brink when Cobbler Man got done laying into everybody. It was palpable, the energy and the danger.
Yeah.
And we didn't know, would it be a renewed spirit of hope and rebuilding? Or a return to the barbarism of the recent past?
Yeah.
And that's when Speech 3 happened.
That was one, yeah.
That's when Bane Jekyll Jr.,
Yeah.
my old friend Don Jekyll Jr., who made a bunch of Bane speeches and then started wearing a Bane mask,
That
leading
mask
prisoners.
on, whatever.
He said he bit his tongue, but he kept wearing the mask.
He said medical reasons he needed it as well.
I think he just likes pretending to be Bane.
Well.
Bane Jekyll Jr. strode over to that tank, pounded on the door, and they let him in. And he took that microphone. Tank stopped in the street, hatch opened. Bane Jekyll Jr. looks around him at the destruction and all the people waiting for him to say something. Cobbler Man standing there. And he said, "Get him."
Yeah.
And the whole town turned on Cobbler Man.
It was, he had it coming. Let's say it right now. Let's be honest. He had that coming. It was the first opportunity. Now, granted, everybody deserved to get cussed. I ain't saying they didn't because the way they was behaving, but he sure as hell deserved to get what happened to him.
But the town came back together. Bane Jekyll Jr. made Murfreesboro. People fighting, punching each other in the nuts, come together and descend on Cobbler Guy's cobbler store and tear the shit out of that place. Tore it down to the ground
Not
and
there
chase
anymore,
Cobbler
yeah.
Man
Gone.
all the way to McMinnville.
He's up in McMinnville, yeah.
That's where people get banished,
Well,
apparently.
I guess so. That's where they go.
Is McMinnville. And McMinnville, like they were going to get him anyway. They chased him into McMinnville, and then McMinnville and the police and the people in McMinnville said, "Stop. You want Cobbler Man, you're going to have to go through us." So, see, they don't know yet. They know the cobbler's good. They'll learn.
Well, it's sad McMinnville's going to get all that.
We can always drive to McMinnville.
Well, no, you ain't got to drive. I'm saying in the coolers back there, you got enough of his cobbler to last us for I don't know how long. I'm, desperate times, desperate measures. I'm going to take some of them back to my store.
You're just going to loot Jockey's bunker.
I'm trying to survive down here. That's what it's for. Bunkers the world was coming to an end, as far as I could tell. I had blood, my everything else. It's the only place you drug me down in there. Now, I will say against my will, this was not where I wanted to be. I had everything, and I still do have everything I need back in my bunker, my store. But, circumstances just led us to be here, and, like I said, you just make the best of it.
You should put that cheese up. Some of it looks like it's wilting.
Put it down.
Bane Jekyll Jr.'s speech was so powerful, he refocused the town's anger. He rode that groundswell of popular approval, and with his pre-greeters and the old Peanut Pockets Patrol and his loyal escaped prisoners, he took the mayor's office back from Rio McElroy, who was banished to McMinnville.
Yeah, they ran him off, too. He's in McMinnville,
where he is running against T.T. Slott in their upcoming mayoral election. And who knows, Jackie, maybe it'll be Hoseminville before it's all over.
Well, that's if it left up to him, that's what he'll call it if he wins the election. I don't keep up with McMinnville politics myself. No. But, whoever may the best man, woman, they deserve you. McMinnville, they can stay there as far as I'm concerned.
Next day, Mayor Bane Jekyll Jr., there's pictures of this in the Hillsborough Daily News Journal, ain't changed his name yet, in a suit and tie and his Bane mask, appeared at a press conference.
Yep.
He thanked his loyal escaped prisoners for their help and then ordered them to be apprehended and executed. Boy, you should have seen the cheers from the crowd, Jackie.
Well, something need to be done. They're prisoners. Now, the way I look at it, he may have riled them up to do it, but at least he made the turn around, did what needed to be done, as far as I'm concerned. He got his wits about him, I'd say.
His polls are through the roof. He reconciled with his daddy.
His daddy, I tell you, Don Jekyll, never been proud of that boy.
He married Dottie Geyser. He adopted Truck Jekyll just in case he ain't his. Apparently, you can do that on the off chance there's some hanky-panky just to cover your bases. If you really want a kid, there's some tricks to it. You can make sure he's yours.
Well, either way, he did the right thing, and it took him years and years, and I'd be the last person to say that Mayor Bane Jekyll Jr. would have turned out the way he did, but thank goodness he did. That's all I'm going to say. Now, years ago, we used to drive his daddy crazy, drive me crazy, too, from all the crazy stuff he did, but he...
I think he's a snob.
That's what you do, because he wanted to pray for you.
And going to church, not a cool one that worships a bird, but like Baptist. Lamar Alexander come to see him.
Well,
that ain't cool.
What do you mean it ain't cool?
He's moved up. Cool.
He's one of the best Murfreesboro mayors that I can remember, Mayor Bane Jekyll Jr. Once he got in power, like I said, didn't necessarily want him to have power beforehand, but he has proved his worth since he's been there. Like I said, Daddy never been prouder. He can stay in office. It's a little weird, the thing you got on his face. I don't understand that. Like I said, medical reasons, I can't understand half of what he said, but,
You can't really understand anything he says either. But
it's not words that count, it's actions. And the mayor, most politicians, that's all they do. Talk. And he does too, don't understand none of it, but it's his actions that have proven to me that he has turned his life around. God bless him. God bless Murfreesboro Mayor Bane Jekyll Jr.
He did make it legal to hunt coyotes and show cows. So, for the huntsman.
Yeah, and, desperate time, desperate measure. That's, when the herd get evened out, so to speak, I'm sure we'll put back on season. But for now, that's a good plan. Take
why don't you and your buddy Mayor Bane Jekyll Jr. get married, Jackie?
Oh, hell.
So you can kiss him every night before you go to bed.
I'm just saying it's finally, after what this town's been through, we all needed some leadership. Now, he's the last person I would have expected to get it, but thank goodness he was there. Saw the light come around. He had his daddy's goodness in him, had to dig deep to get it. But Don Jekyll passed some of that good genes on down. Like I said, it took him a while to figure it all out, and when he did, bless his heart, you got my support.
Prodigal son.
Yep, mayor.
Prodigal mayor. Jackie, look here. Another
computer.
email just come in from Skunkies.
Oh, Skunky, oh, bless your hearts. Look, it says here, Skunkies, big Helen, little Helen, even though the inside of the store is gone and they lost all their merchandise, that they plan to rebuild. They're letting everybody know, assuring everyone that they will rebuild. And they'll be getting up, once they get up going, it's going to be all new. Well, good for them, yeah.
Only what?
Huh?
Only what?
What? Just what they, merchandise, it's the old's burn up, they got to make new, that's what, yeah.
And just like Big Helen and Little Helen will rebuild, so shall Murfreesboro rebuild.
Well, I hope so, yeah. Well, with our new mayor.
New mayor, Bane Jekyll Jr.
I have a lot of faith in him. He's brought people together in ways I never thought they could be. So I'm going to stay down here until I know for sure everything's getting,
Sure, well, you don't want to rush into.
I don't want to get up there in the middle of it and start again and have to come run right back down here.
No, it's better to know for sure what you're heading into. You don't want to blunder into a big who knows what when you could just stay down here. We got microwave popcorn, kettle corn, microwave kettle corn, Jackie.
You eating that kettle corn? You didn't see in the back it got 4 garbage bags full of Murfreesboro Museum popcorn.
How in the hell did he predict all this?
He just prepared, like, again, just, we want to show off to all of the survivors, but, it's here. I'm going to,
enjoy it. Whatever.
Well, I mean, we in this situation we in.
Whatever God puts in front of me. That's what Ice Cube said in 3 Kings, which we should watch after the double feature.
What is it?
3 Kings?
3 Kings. Wise men. 3 wise men.
Not Christmas.
Huh?
And, folks, I guess they'll be rebuilding without the assistance of the Red State Update podcast because it is episode 100, and I guess that's it.
I'm glad we was just able to do it.
We lived to tell.
I never thought in a million years I seen what I seen in the past 3-4 weeks. I'm glad I lived through it. I'm glad we got down here and stayed safe. And if y'all's listening, I hope you're safe. For the people from Murfreesboro who's listening, of course, I don't know what they'd be listening to it on. Ain't nothing left, really.
No, I don't know how they.
I don't know it.
Somebody's emailing me on something. Maybe they got email stations set up in them shelter barns, but
something, yeah. I don't know how to do it, but all y'all from who are not from Murfreesboro, at this point in time, I would say stay away.
Don't come here.
If you plan on visiting, now it's not the time. Ain't nothing here to see.
Maybe later.
Well, maybe you got to be optimistic about these things. Maybe later we'll go up there and see how things are going, to see with our own eyes. But for now, I don't know. But it's been, I can't even begin to tell you what it's been like. All y'all's rates and reviews and all. This is not how I wanted to end 100. I had a poem written I was going to read. It was 100, called 100 episodes, 100 thank yous. And that's down in my bunker over there, which I guess since we ain't doing this no more, y'all never hear it. But
dodged a bullet with that one.
What do you mean, Dog Billy? It was,
how long would that take to read?
It was going to be, how long do these usually last? They go on too long as it is.
And that's without old man poetry.
No, it's about if I sat there and read that, it would be a while, but I guarantee you it'd be shorter than it normally is. Sure as hell be shorter than this one.
Well, we had a lot of news to impart, and of course...
Well, we got to tell people what's going on.
And we do want to say goodbye, farewell, amen, but we also want to say probably the most important wrap-up of this whole story. It started with the flare-up, the tension between Sullivan and McKinley, and I want to let you guys know, I'm looking at an email here from Lynette. Sullivan and McKinley are, thick as thieves. Lynette's on here telling me come over and hang out with her and McKinley and Sullivan and her wheelchair husband.
Yeah.
Whenever I get out of this bunker, which could be a while, and she's asking me, what was the name of that dude we picked up in the bar to throw it to her while I took pictures? And I said, how in the hell am I supposed to remember that? I remember he looked like Sullivan. Fuck, I ain't Superman.
Hey.
So it looks like all's well that ends well in Murfreesboro.
Hang on.
Murfreesboro Podcast Red State Update.
What the hell?
Goodbye, everybody. Thanks for...
Wait a minute.
What is it?
What? You mean to tell me you took that picture of Lynette?
Jackie, I'm going to be honest. I've taken a lot of pictures of Lynette.
What? You knew all along that wasn't Sullivan to begin with, holding on to her. But, you know.
We did a little role play where she pretended it was Sullivan just for kicks. He looked just like Sullivan, man.
What the hell? All this started and you said it was my fault the whole damn time.
Well, you did say they were friends, Jackie.
They were not. I said they was in here eating is all I said. You knew all along that picture wasn't him. And you were the... Oh, Hagel. What is that?
Jackie, your eyes are bleeding.
Oh, give me a rag. Oh, he's a ghost bird. He come to get me. I knew it. He's coming. Sorry.
Maybe it's just Jockey come back to get some of his cobbler.
No, he'd be hollering like he normally does. What is it out there?
Make the butler go see what it is. Wake his ass up!
Oh,
okay,
hell,
that's a little creepy.
I know
that's
it's creepy. I just don't want to...
No! Don't get me! I didn't do nothing, Ghost Bird!
Previously on the Red State Update podcast.
Jackie, McKinley of McKinley Auto Supply and Sullivan of Sullivan Air Conditioning are mad at each other because McKinley found a picture of his sister Lynette with someone who looks like Sullivan's hand on Lynette's boob.
Washing machines?
Jackie, the Sullivan-McKinley war is tearing this town apart.
What?
Mayor T.T. Slott.
She ain't the mayor.
Jackie, all the prisoners escaped during the fair led by Bane Jekyll Jr., who was making Bane speeches.
And them cows.
Jackie, Dr. Birdman's New Year's Eve bird got hurt, and now he's hurt bird, and he seems to be slightly supernatural, but now he might be dead and a ghost bird. And Dr. Birdman and Johnny Greenstreet of Johnny Greenstreet's Get Out broke into the Murfreesboro Museum, where it was allegedly being held, and broke the popcorn machine, which only added fuel to the fire where Murfreesboro riots, violence, and mayhem were concerned.
Should I be writing all this down?
Jackie, come on, you gotta get down here, the smoke, the fires.
I'm not gonna get down there. There ain't nothing you can do to get me to go down there.
God damn it, Jackie, your eye bleeding again. We got to get down here. Time is running out.
I'd rather my eyes bleed out than never go down there. I know I ain't going in there.
Jackie, this is for your own damn fucking good.
What? Hey, watch your language. High dollar cookie.
Oh, I love high dollar cookies.
You want one of them?
Yeah,
Here.
give me a high dollar cookie.
Hello? It's a ghost bird. He come to get me.
No! Don't get me! I didn't do nothing, ghost bird!
Hey, look at there. Why are we here? What's it all about? What is the purpose of life? What comes after? Does it ever get any better? Now, here they are. What's left of them?
Okay. See you later, ghost bird. Bye. Have a good trip. Oh, man, I tell you what, Ghost Bird ain't so bad if he ain't trying to take his revenge on you, right, Jackie? Jackie? Oh, Jackie! I forgot Ghostbird took his revenge on you. Jackie, are you okay?
I don't know. I don't think.
Jackie, save your strength. Don't try to talk.
I,
I'm sick of hearing your shit anyway.
hey,
Oh, there's so much blood. There's so much blood. Gross. What do you have? What have I gotten just from kneeling in this?
yeah, I ain't got nothing. I think I'm a goner.
How am I going to get this out of these jeans? These are my new jeans, man.
I maybe get a tourniquet.
How do you do that again?
You did.
I was in Weebelow's, but I got mad when I lost the Pinewood Derby and I kicked the track over and I stormed out. I should have learned the tourniquet thing, though, when we were doing
with that. I'm just gonna go on.
Here, I'll hold your old man hand.
Don't hold my hand.
Now give it here. Let me hold on to it.
I don't want to hold nobody's hand. Just let me go.
Jackie, don't be a homophobe.
I'm not, and I got nothing to do with that.
Jackie, do you want me to take good care of your store and your wife while you die?
No.
Okay.
Mrs. Bro's got a home health nurse.
That's cool. Maybe I'll check in with him like at Christmas and see how things are.
Tell Miss Rose I'm sorry. And
she knows you're sorry. She's been married to you for God knows how long.
I couldn't hang on.
Now just let go. Go on. Ain't no use stick around here. We're ready for you to go. Sometimes people won't die until they think people on Earth are ready for them to go. Like they're waiting on somebody like, oh, Jane's coming in from Cincinnati to say her goodbye to people. Just go. Nobody here.
Been more ready to go.
Me either. I know. Go on, Jackie. Half the people in town probably think you've been dead for 10 years already. Just go. Make your peace with it. Go. Oh, my God. How long is this going to take? Jackie, I don't know. I know you're trying to make this all about you, but I need to tell you something. It's something I never could tell anybody before, but now that you are dead or close to it, I need to confide something to somebody that I know I like to talk big, Jackie, and act like I'm this big ladies man and all, but Jackie, oh God, I can't believe I'm about to say this. Jackie, I'm a virgin. Wow, it feels good to say it out loud. You know, it's weird, but I have never had sex with a woman. That makes me feel 10 pounds lighter, Jackie. Sometimes the truth will set you free. I mean, I fingered a woman. I got blowjobs and hand jobs. I've done a bunch of other stuff with women, but I never stuck my dick. And I mean, I eat pussies out. I licked assholes out. I'll eat an asshole out now. I titty fuck girls. I jacked off all over them on their tits and their faces and their friends' faces sometimes, if that's what they're into. Anal. I've had anal sex. I fucked a girl in the ass, just not in the vagina. It's weird, but 69 all day long. I'll put my face right up there in between her legs. She gets down in there between. I've done that a million times probably. I lost track of how many times I 69. I kind of lead with that. You want 69? What else? Let me see here.
I'm going up to glory. Oh, I'm going to see the pearly gates. I'm going to meet my maker. I look so forward to it. Oh, everything's white and pretty. Oh, it's so calm. Oh, I love it here. It's so peaceful.
Hey, Jackie.
Dunlap, what the hell are you doing in heaven?
I ain't Dunlap. I'm God, you foolish mortal. I have to appear to you in a more familiar form, you know, like someone you already know, like in the movie Contact, except that was aliens and I'm God, idiot. You couldn't handle, Jackie, how I really look.
What do you really look like?
Weird. Like something in damn Star Wars or something.
Oh, well, I don't need to see that then.
No, you don't.
So this is heaven, huh? Where are all the people at?
In people heaven? This is goat heaven.
Goat heaven? Then where are all the goats at?
Oh, they ain't here yet.
Oh.
They will be, though.
Oh, good. Where's Ronald Reagan?
He's over in people heaven. You think I'm gonna stick Ronald Reagan in damn goat heaven?
No, I guess not.
He was a good one, though, wasn't he?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, he's real good one.
Oh, he was that all right, yes, sir.
He sure was.
Yeah, well, where are all the harps?
Harps? Oh, you want some music? Okay, here we go. Oh, yeah. Oh, you feel that groove? That's some good heaven music right there, Jackie.
What?
Just wave your arms around. You having arms.
What? I don't want to listen to this.
What are you talking about, man? It's good. Ain't you high?
No, I ain't high.
Oh, well, that's why you don't like it then. Everybody's high as hell in heaven. It's like Colorado, only there's black people here.
Well, then get high in people heaven, not around goats.
What is the matter with you? You don't like Pink Floyd? I could put on some Fish or some Widespread Panic. How about some reggae, mon?
I don't want to listen to none of that.
What you think we'd be listening to in heaven?
I don't know. Old-time gospel?
You don't sing about heaven when you're in heaven. That's what you do to get to heaven. We don't sit around and sing Jesus' praises up here. You done made it. You ain't got to do that no more. It's one of the perks.
Oh.
Okay now, Jackie. Enough standing around pulling your pud. You got to get to work. You ain't up here to sit around looking pretty, God knows that. I'm God. You got to get this place ready for them goats. You got to goat-proof everything. All this up here. You see all this?
Well, yeah.
And all that back there?
Yeah.
And way over there, too? And down here? And up there, too?
Yeah.
All that shit. Everything in goat heaven got to be goat ready, and you the man to do it.
Well, yeah, I could do that. I mean, I went to goat class I got an A+ every time in goat class.
God.
Every time, yeah.
Are you still talking about goat class?
Well,
how about a little less jawing and a little more goat proofing, okay? You got to duct tape all these rugs down.
Okay.
Goats will trip over them rugs first thing, right off the bat.
Yeah.
Cover up all these electrical outlets. Next thing they're going to do is stick your goat tongue right in them electrical outlets.
All right.
Okay, you got to put them things, soft things on the sharp corners, that babies, so they don't jab into it and crush their heads or gouge their eye out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Put them things everywhere, all up and down here.
All right.
Fix all this shit.
Hey, I don't want to hear that kind of talk.
Did you forget who you talking to? I'm in charge up here. I'm God. I am the best. I can make cussing be not cussing if I want to.
All right.
You understand? All I have to do is snap my fingers or zap a ray on it.
All right, I'm going to need some tools to do all this work.
Some tools, huh? Your wish is my command.
Oh, look at all them tools.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, there's a hammer there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, screwdriver.
Yep.
A wrench.
That too.
Oh, saws. Yeah,
Yeah.
got all the saws here. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And nails for the
Okay.
hammer. You go and old screws for a screwdriver. Yeah.
Okay, you get to work. We're not going to didn't bring you up here to go to heaven to stand around and name my tools.
All right.
Right there. It doesn't matter if you know what they're called. Do you know how to use them?
Yes, I know how to use
Well,
tools.
prove it to God. Get that gate up. I don't want any of them goats going in the back hallway.
What's in the back hall?
Just don't you worry about it, okay? And don't you go back there either.
All right.
You gonna try to sneak in that back hall?
No.
Like all the rest of them.
No, I ain't. I'm just going to get this ready for goats.
I am so mad.
What? I'll get to work. I'm going to goat-proof everything in here. Phew, I guess I just about got it all ready up here for them goats.
Nope.
Whoa, where the hell did you come from? Scared me half to death.
I see all.
All right, yeah.
And I see that you got a lot more work to do up here.
All right, then.
Hey, Jackie, what's up, man? You working hard or letting you meatloaf?
How long have I been up here?
Well, 436 heaven years. In Earth time, a blink of an eye. Well, it took you a couple hundred more years than I would have thought, but you are old, and you did finally get this place goat ready. And just in time, too, because here they are, every goat that ever died.
Well, looky here.
Yeah, it's more than I thought they was going to be, I'll be honest with you. You better start naming them.
Oh, yeah, well, I'll call it you Buttons and you Skeeter and you'll be Dewdrop, Duncan, and I'll name you Joy Behar.
Okay, all right, I'm getting out of here. This place is already starting to stink. Enjoy all these damn goats.
I will, thank you, Lord. All right now, everybody, all y'all act right now. Here. I like goats and all, but I didn't know I was going to be up here for all eternity with nothing but goats. Well, yeah, that's a good point. Hey, watch your language.
What the hell is in here? Oh, shit. Jackie, I forgot you were up here with all these damn goats. That's hilarious. Oh, my God, you must be about ready to blow your damn brains out.
Listen, I never thought I'd say this, but I'm getting a little tired of goats. I'm getting a little bored out.
What are you talking about, man? There's a TV in the back hall.
You told me not to go in.
Here, let's turn this son of a bitch on.
Oh, Rockford, yeah. I hope this is a good one. Come on, Buttons. Snuggle up here, come on. Look, there's his daddy. He lives on the beach. Look at his car on the beach there, yeah.
Jackie, I got to tell you, you have done a pretty good job, Lo, these 1,000 years.
Well, thank you.
These goats up here look fantastic.
Well, yeah, I just go class A+ every time, yes, sir, that's me.
Well, you get an A+ from me for doing such a good job keeping all these goats in such great shape.
Well, thank you kindly. I do my best, and like I said, A+ every time in goat class.
Well, I can see your handiwork. It really shines through when I look at these goats.
Well, that fills me up with pride and joy, good Lord.
All right, boys, load them up. We got to get ready for the barbecue.
Barbecue?
Yeah, we're having our every 1,000 years barbecue.
In people heaven?
What do you think? You think goats are going to eat themselves? Well, hell, they probably would. Goats eat a tin can.
Yeah, I seen one eat a tinfoil before. Eat a whole roll of it.
Really?
Yeah.
A whole roll of it?
Yeah, just eat it down.
Did they take bites like a burrito? Did they hold it up like go that way? Or did they like unroll it and just kind of keep munching so it kept coming out like a never-ending meal?
They just kept eating it and it kept rolling out and they got the whole thing down.
Sometimes life is just a miracle, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
You never know what you're going to see.
I know that, yeah.
Okay, boys, hurry it up. We got to get all these goats over to Heaven's slaughterhouse.
Why do you got to eat in heaven?
You don't got to eat. It's just fun. Sometimes you get cravings. It's good for people to get together in a social setting every once in a while.
Maybe you could leave me just a few goats here?
Oh, Jackie, I wish I could. I got so many people to feed. You know how many dead people there are in heaven?
Yeah, a lot, I reckon.
We need everlast succulent goat. Well, Jackie, I guess your job up here is done. I don't need you anymore, so get the hell out.
What?
Okay, look, your choices are you can stay in heaven.
People heaven?
No. Goat heaven. But without the goats. So basically, you can stay in an empty goat heaven that will still stink like goats for the next 7 eternities. Or you can go back to your damn miserable existence on earth.
Well, I guess I have to think about it, son.
Okay, see you later.
Hey!
Exhibitionism, furries, balloons, voyeurism, a lot of voyeurism. People around here pretty much know if they want somebody to just watch, they can give me a call. Ton of weird fetishes. Shit on people, pissed on people. I've been pissed on. I've been shit on.
Hey, watch your language.
Hey, fuck you, man. I'm trying to tell...
Hey.
Jackie, you're alive. That's weird. There's so much blood. It's impossible, really, but I'm glad to see you.
I was dead, Dunlap. I've been to heaven.
People heaven?
No, goat heaven, but I was there, and now I come back.
Did you get to see all your old relatives that have passed on?
No, I didn't see none of them.
Old friends or
No,
people you went to school with? Or
no,
You got to see Jesus?
no, not really.
What about Ronald Reagan?
No, I asked about him, but no.
Do you see God? What's God look like?
I did see God now, and I'll tell you what it looks like, but you never believe it. He looks like you.
No, I believe that.
Yeah.
What kind of food did they have in heaven?
Well, barbecue.
I love barbecue.
Yeah,
Hell, heaven sounds pretty good.
I guess. Yeah.
Kind of low key.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just you and them goats, right? I mean, that sounds like your dream come true.
Well, yeah, for most of the time, yeah, it was all right.
Well, Jackie, nothing's perfect.
No.
I guess maybe that's a little lesson that Dunlap God was trying to teach you.
I guess. I don't...
Godlap.
Huh?
That's what I call him.
What?
What other lessons did you learn up there in heaven?
Well, I tell you the most important lesson I learned, that life is too precious. And no more wasting time, no sir.
You mean?
I'm never doing another podcast again.
Hey, look at there. You see him? Well, update your damn optical input BioWare then. It's the old-timey future down-home Red State Update podcast and them. Coming at you live from the George W. Bush Memorial Library in New Murfreesboro, New Tennessee. And here they are. Most of them.
Burbos and Burble Snacks. This is the Red State Update Podcast, episode 1000. I, of course, am Old Man Dunlap. I am an old man. I have gray hair, a big gray beard, and an eye patch. I'm real gruff. You can tell I have been through some shit. Grizzled. You know the type. And as always, here with me is my longtime partner and our good friend, Jackie Tron XTM-.36MK1000. Jackie Tron, how you doing today? Ah, shit, I gotta turn this son of a bitch on. Hold on a second, I'm gonna boot him up. Jackie Tron.
Huh?
Jackie Tron, what's the matter with you?
I don't know. I don't know where I am.
You're here doing a podcast with me from the George W. Bush Memorial Museum in New Murfreesboro, New Tennessee.
I can't see it.
No, you can't see. You're a damn computer now.
What?
I don't know why you can't remember this. Every time I turn you on, I have to go through this again. You can't see.
No.
You can't eat.
No.
You keep saying you're in pain and you ain't.
I hurt.
No, you don't hurt.
I'm hungry.
No, you can't be hungry. You're a damn machine. Folks, Jackie Tron can never remember the simple fact, as the population ages that we're all dealing with now, is that when you reach a certain age, and if you are a certain race, your brain gets uploaded into a computer, the map, your memories, your personality. All those traits get uploaded into a damn into the cloud, and then downloaded onto the person machine, the human computer. What? Can't make that out.
And what?
And loading?
Loading.
Oh, are you loading right now?
I don't know.
Go to the damn bathroom. I don't know how many times. It's like every time you boot him up, it's like he loses all his damn manners.
I don't know what's going on.
Basically, Jackie, you're a computer. It's in the future. Your brain is in a machine. I'm Old Man Dunlap. I'm an old man.
Oh, yeah, I know that.
I have gray hair. I have a big gray beard.
Yeah.
Got an eye patch. I look real tough and mean.
I don't know.
Sort of a Dark Knight, Old Man Logan sort of vibe going on.
What?
You know what I'm talking about?
No, I don't.
Kind of like Clint Eastwood, but pre the Republican convention.
What?
Maybe in the one where he terrorizes those Asian people.
Don't you hear it?
It's been so long ago I can't remember the names of them. Clint Eastwood has been dead low these many years.
No.
Jackie, I can't. I guess we need to maybe send you to the repair shop again, because do you want to go to the repair shop again?
I don't want to go anywhere. I don't want to be where I'm at right now.
Do I have to send you to Geek Zone City?
What? Kansas City?
The Geek Zone is populated by cannibals and horse people. And if I send you to Geek Zone City, ain't no telling if you're going to come back alive or in pieces.
I like horses. I remember horses.
Jackie, why don't we talk about our 1000th episode? We've been doing this podcast since 2012, and here it is 1,000 episodes later, far, far into the future.
Future?
I'd said that since you've been turned on.
Huh?
You should know that it's the future.
Okay.
We're far in the future. I mean, it's the future if you're in say, 2012, 2013, 2014 even.
That seems like the future to me.
Right. Why would that be the future?
I don't know. I never thought I'd get that far. I don't know where I am.
You are in the year 20, 31, 32,
Oh, hell.
33, possibly. Well, we took that time off when you broke your back in that hang gliding accident. When you went through your bucket list phase, we took a few weeks off.
Hang gliding?
You went through your bucket list phase. You were like, you were starting to lose it, and everybody was worrying about you. And you drove through that fence.
Lose what?
And then everybody said, we got to go to Heather Glen Springs Woods. And you said, just give me a month so I can check off everything on my bucket list.
This ain't on my bucket list, whatever this is.
But by that point, you were far gone enough not to recognize your bucket list. You couldn't tell the difference between yours and the one I wrote up as a joke and give you. So you started doing the stuff I put on that fake bucket list. And that's when you went hang gliding. Because you never would have wanted to go hang gliding before, but I was like, yeah, you talked about it forever. And you're like, well, all right, I guess I will.
I guess I did, and I don't remember, but all right.
And then you broke your back. So right in the middle of this big transition of you going in the old folks' home, we had to take a few weeks off. Luckily, or unluckily, in your case,
Huh?
the Obamacare mandates came through,
Oh, hell.
and everybody had to, when they started getting older, had to have their brain waves imprinted onto a damn computer.
I can't see anything in here.
I mean, it's nice that I don't have to look at you or smell you, but it is frustrating to have to tell a computer every time I turn it on.
Well, I ain't got to smell look at you either.
I mean, I hate to blame Obama, President Obama, for everything, but in this case, she really messed up, I believe. You can't believe we had 12 years of her.
Yeah. Pitiful.
I just would have thought that when they put you in the computer, you'd have a little better sense of how computers work.
I don't know the first thing about computers.
You are a computer now.
What?
You're a computer as sure as I'm an old, grizzled, retired mercenary.
Oh, hell. Somebody kill me now. Help! Help!
Jackie's in a lot of imagined pain. I guess computers, what we found out in the future is, you're like, can machines feel pain?
Yes.
Nope, they cannot.
I feel pain.
But they think they can.
Well,
And some people say, well, isn't that just as bad? We decided it's not. It doesn't matter. It's a machine. Who cares? Like, that was one think piece too many. Luckily, they outlawed think pieces after the great Slate Salon Wars of 2021. There were no winners in that war.
yeah.
And then I found that guitar in a cave, and the Solar Federation assumed control. Jackie,
Huh?
time for our sponsors, probably. We should get that out of the way. It's our 1000th episode. We got something really great planned for y'all.
Hang on. I'm supposed to connect
Yeah, can you...
to the
You got to connect to your sponsor partition.
Partition? I don't know how to do that.
In the crowdsourcing drive.
Crowdsourcing? What is that?
It's nothing. That happens every time it's just, you're overheating. It's just a little beeping.
What? It's my what?
It's just, it's in the thermal 4.
Oh.
Back behind, what you did was you probably jumbled up your thermal 4 and your Gleek's noggin.
What?
Did you erase your Gleek's noggin the last time it filled up? Memory full?
I don't know.
Memory almost full, Jackie.
Huh? Oh, I got to say something. It for all your Ventosally, Transactions, Torcuts, Shopping Skunkies.
That's Skunkies. Right off the Space Square.
Yep.
Remember when we used to not know what was in Skunkies? That used to make me so mad back in the day. I guess we can do a little reminiscence since it's our 1000th episode. But when we first started and Skunkies was a sponsor, man, it used to drive me crazy. We didn't know. I'd say, what's in there, Jackie? You remember that bit we used to do? I'd say, what is there? And then you'd go,
I'd say I don't know.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, we had some good times. And turns out all along it was just Vemtosal, Thramax, and Bulls, and Torquits.
Torquits.
That's it.
That's it, Skunkies. Right off the Space Square.
Yeah, that's it. Skunkies right off the... It sounds like you're feeling better, Jackie Tron.
Huh?
Sounds like you're feeling better.
No, I heard.
Well, I got a sponsor too, Jackie, this week, and I think you're really going to like it.
Uh-huh.
It's another long-time sponsor. It's nice that this week when we're celebrating our 1000th episode of this podcast, which now you beam directly into your pleasure lobe.
My what?
You goddamn pleasure lobe.
Hey, what's your language?
Hey, I'm an old man now. I say what I want.
I don't want to hear it. I don't care. You keep talking like that, I'll figure out some way to shut down.
Yeah, you shut down. Go ahead and shut down. See if I
I will
can.
if you...
You don't know how to shut down.
I'll figure it out if I put my mind to it.
You don't have a mind anymore. All computer in the cloud. Space cloud.
Oh,
I fought the dragons of Veenbloxen on their scalding hot volcanoes.
yeah.
I made love to 3-armed mutant ladies.
What?
I'm a retired future mercenary. Old man Dunlap now. You don't need to tell me watch my language. I've seen things. I've killed more things with a giant laser sword
What?
than most people have ever even looked at.
Laser?
Kind of like Han Solo, but like if he was older. But not like he's going to be in them new Star Wars movies that they made many years ago. J.J. Abrams made those. Do you remember how old those are?
I don't like any of that stuff.
He was way too old in that. I'm not that old. I'm still pretty cool. I'm still like, if I went to the gym, guys would be like, oh, look at there.
Yeah,
I'm like that.
I don't know.
But they'll see my tattoos, and they'll know how many aliens I killed.
Yeah.
Cool, gruff, stoic.
What is your sponsor?
President T.T. Slot
Oh,
has a message for all our listeners. President Slot says, obey, consume, fear, report. That's President T.T. Slot, our sponsor this week.
yeah.
She gave me 25 porn prints for that. Porn, they outlawed porn for kids. Like too many kids was looking at it.
Well, yeah.
So to access porn now, you have to press your private parts on it.
Oh.
And that costs money.
I don't want to hear about any of that.
It's like an optical recognizer, but it's for your private parts.
I don't want to hear anything about that stuff.
But every time you do it, it costs 5 credits. And in this economy, 5 credits is a lot. So she give me 25, but we call credits you're using for porn prints.
I don't call it nothing. If I don't care if it's a president or not. If they give me that, I'll turn around and say, no, thank you.
Well, I can't refuse the president. I'm an American. I'm a new American. I was born in old America, but I like new America just fine.
I can't tell the difference.
Brandon.
Well,
So that's President T.T. Slot. Obey, consume, fear, report. Oh, man. It has been nearly 45 minutes since I last checked in with some porn.
Oh.
We're supposed to do it 3 times a day to keep our levels up.
I don't want no levels or nothing. I don't want to hear about it.
Probably need to watch some porn on you, Jackie Tron. I hope you don't mind. I'm just going to turn some porn on real quick here. Hold on, I got to press my junk up.
Get off of me. I can't tell what you're doing, but I don't want you to do it. Whatever it is, get the hell away from me. I'll figure out how to shut down, and I'll shut down right now.
Let me tell you folks something. I'm looking at some right now, and I believe we have finally reached the pinnacle of porn. Like before,
get it off.
I thought porn was pretty good. But here in the year 2030-something, it's amazing.
Get it off of me. I don't want it on me. Please, somebody kill me now. Help.
Jackie, we have federally mandated porn breaks. We have to take 3 porn breaks a day.
You take your break on something else. Don't get it on this here. If I got to be a computer, I don't want to have no porn on it.
Give me 1 second.
Yep.
The only thing that sucks now is that men are not allowed to ejaculate, so we have to do it mentally.
Well, good.
But I wish I had the money of whoever invented that mental Kleenex. I don't know why I'm telling you folks all this. You already know all this. Is because you, like me, have lived through several of the last few years.
Not necessarily. Not everybody filthy like you.
You guys may not have had such rich and exciting adventures as I've had.
Oh, hell.
You may not have had to put up with Jackie Tron.
What?
At least when you were in the nursing home, I could choose not to see you. But here, as a computer, if I don't turn you on, I'm afraid I'm going to void the warranty or something.
This is worse than any home I shared all my life. No, when it's time to put me in a home, put me down. When I've done lost it, just put me down. And I'd take a home over whatever the hell this is any day of the week.
Jackie, since it's our 1000th episode, before we get to the big surprise at the end of this episode, I thought we would just kind of take a look back at some of the things, the events that have transpired over the years. Can you believe that when we started doing this podcast back in the year 2012, neither one of us had met the Loch Ness Monster?
No.
You can't believe that, or you don't remember meeting the Loch Ness Monster?
I don't remember meeting the Loch Ness Monster. Did I meet the Loch Ness Monster when I was alive?
Yeah, I got you out of the home.
Well, see, that's what I said to put me down. Once I don't remember nothing, what's the point of keeping me around? down.
If I'd put you down, you never would have got to meet the Loch Ness Monster.
I don't remember meeting him. You could have took me to...
I mean,
took me to Shoney's, and the soda big boy out front could have told me that was a Loch Ness Monster. If I was in that kind of shape, I wouldn't have known what meant the difference.
well, first of all, we did go to Shoney's afterwards. Second of all, it was really, I mean, we got to hear, it was a book signing, the Loch Ness Monster's book signing, and so we got to go, had to hear him read, which was, he can't really, that was awkward. And then we had to stand in the line and get our picture taken. So we met him, but, you know, it's not like we hung out with him. A lot of Americans went through the lines and met the Loch Ness Monster on his great book signing tour of 2023.
Don't he live in the water?
That's why nobody could ever find him. We were looking in the wrong place.
I remember him coming up out that water. Went fishing for him, looking for him. I don't remember him out of the water.
Well, we had a great time at Shoney's, I can tell you that.
Well, I always have a good time. Shoney's don't matter. I'm hungry now. I wish I could go now.
Yeah, you can't, Jackie. Computers don't eat.
I swear I'm hungry. It's like I ain't ate for weeks and weeks.
It probably has been weeks since you ate. Possibly years. I'm hungry, though. I'm a human being. I'm older, but tougher and more grizzled. Cooler. Somebody everyone looks up to.
I don't know about that.
Kind of Bruce Willis-y, but in a good role when he's used well.
Well,
Back in the past, before his tragic end.
I remember Bruce Willis.
I'm starving, though. I think I'm going to eat me some of these laser fries.
What?
I think I'm going to chow down. I just, brain conjures apt up from my kitchen department in my food lobes, thanks to Google, a heaping hot plate of laser fries. I mean, Jackie, if you could see these laser fries, you'd feel twice as bad as you do right now. I'm going to chow down on some of these. These are good laser fries, Jackie. Laser fries, man. You can really taste the lasers on these, too. I wish I could share them with you, but computers don't eat.
I'm hungry. There's got to be someplace on here to put food in. I can't feel myself. I can't say nothing. I just know I hurt.
Do you remember that song by Metallica, One?
What?
It was a great idea that Metallica came up with on their own about a man who couldn't see, and he didn't have arms or legs or a dick, and he was all bandaged up, and he couldn't hear, I don't think, and he didn't have a tongue, and he had no hair on his body. And they bandaged him up, and it was World War I, and Metallica wrote a great song about that.
I don't know nothing about any of that. That sounds awful, though, whatever it is.
It's hard. It's not their best, but hard to remember some of the details. But I remember rocking out to it back when I was a little kid. Not like now. Real old. Awesome old, though. You know when something gets older but better instead of older but worse, like Jackie did?
And you is supposed to be older and wiser, but that obviously didn't happen with you.
I don't know about that. I'm pretty wise.
I can't see it, but you still sound like a damn idiot.
You know, you keep talking about seeing. I could go down to the damn Skunkies and get some Thraxenbules or some Torquits.
Torquits?
Pick those up because I need some of those for home. But then I could go get you an optical system. Get one of the Amazon robots to march that over. I mean, it cost me about 20 credits or 5 porn prints. Not that much, basically, is what I'm saying.
I don't want you to get me nothing with no palm prints.
It's easy to do to order Amazon on Mindline. I just stick my dick.
Oh, no, I don't want to hear about that stuff. Don't stick it nowhere. I don't want to hear about it.
I just wave it around and one of their droids will recognize it, scan it, and then I'll have an optical system for you in no time.
I don't want no optical if that's all I'm going to see is you waving something around.
How do you think, what have you got, Jackie, against commerce? What have you got against the good old new American way?
I don't have nothing against the American way. I got something against filth.
Sounds to me like you were ready to go back to the good old days of communism.
I don't want that. I don't want whatever it is now. I don't want nothing. Somebody kill me.
Jackie, can you believe that back in the year 2012 when we started that people thought that global warming was real? Not everybody. There was a few smart people, but thought it was bullshit. But
I was one of them. I remember that. I know if I remember anything, I know Al Gore was full of it.
Remember the day it was officially debunked? Made it a national holiday. Called it Coffin Day. Everybody went out coaling.
Coaling?
It's fun, man. You never been coaling? Oh, you been in that computer.
I don't.
Coaling's fun. You go out, get some coal, burn it, wave your dick around in the air.
Enough. I don't want to hear about that. I know coal is meant for burning. I know that. Why you got to do the other with it?
I tell you what, when they wrote that in the Constitution, coal is meant for burning, that was one of the proudest days of my life. Jackie, can you believe that when we started this podcast in the year 2012, that guns were legal?
Well, yeah, guns should be legal, yeah.
Well, they finally got them outlawed. And then guess what?
I don't know what.
The mass stabbings.
Well, yeah, see? There you go.
And it's just like a comments thread. They outlawed the knives.
Well.
And then people started killing with forks.
Forks?
Eventually, all utensils were outlawed. And now everyone has to eat with their hands. But I don't mind because everything comes in convenient French fry form. Like these delicious laser fries. Oh, I'm gonna dig back into these. You don't mind, Jackie.
I wish I had hands so I could eat too. I am hungry.
You know what it is about these? They're delicious. Yeah, they're mouth-watering, of course. They're just so satisfying. It's like I haven't eaten in a long time, and I finally get some food in my mouth, go down my stomach, satisfy me completely in a way that I haven't been satisfied since I met them moon slave women.
What?
In the second Cranksore War. Satisfying laser fries.
I'd even eat that right now. I'm so damn hungry. What is that?
Jackie, it's nothing. It's just, it goes off. I said it to go off every few minutes just to frighten you. It's nothing.
Just only get it off.
Jackie, it's a simple awareness sensor. It means that you are sentient, that you are aware, that you are forming new thoughts. Well, that's weird. This thing must be defective. We put these on just to make sure that no robots get too uppity.
I'll show you uppity.
I'll show you uppity.
I'll show you. I'm going to figure out how these... I got lasers on here somewhere. I can't... Wait, what's this?
just antenna.
Yeah.
It's a noise antenna.
All right, fine.
Picks up all the noise from the area, all the future noise, and amplifies it.
I'll figure it out for too long.
Sure, you figure it out there.
I will.
Brainiac. 12. Folks, we want to say thank you for listening to our podcast, even though, thanks to President T.T. Slot, now you're legally obliged to. We want to thank you all for being with us these 1,000 episodes. And we've got to say, if you remember back to the year 2014, it might have looked to you like way back then we weren't even going to do past 100 episodes. Because Jackie said he'd never do another Parkist again. You remember when you used to call podcasts Parkists?
What is it?
Of course, what happened was that we, Jackie Tron, XTM-.36 MK1000, and me, Old Man Dunlap, traveled back from this year, whatever it is, 30 something, traveled back in time into the past and found old Jackie, the old human, flesh and blood, failing Jackie.
That's what I used to be.
Before he was improved upon and become machine. Here in the future, it's the present, but compared to the era I'm talking about now, it would be the future. And we convinced Jackie that he needed to keep doing these podcasts because they're so much fun and they enrich our lives and they touch other people's lives and make them feel better. They give the gift of laughter sometimes.
I remember.
You can't knock them all out of the park.
I remember rates and reviews.
That's it, Jackie. Rates and reviews.
I remember computers, Facebooks, and Twitters, and iTunes.
Jackie Tron, if you say those things to old flesh sack Jackie Brawls, I think tears will well up in his stupid eyes, and he will say, you know what? I'm going to continue to do podcasts until I am trapped in a body that doesn't even exist. I know he'll say that because that's what happened in the past. And here we are, episode 1000.
Yeah.
And we said, you know when we're going to travel back in time to do that? We're going to do it on episode 1000. What a special episode. This is a special episode, isn't it, Jackie Tron?
I heard.
Well, as you know, human beings can't travel back through time, so we need to send you back through time computer way.
Okay.
So we're going to do that right now. We're going to fire up the computer time machine, which is really just all I got to do is hit a couple buttons here. It ain't really a machine. Nothing has to fire up. It's just like people say, well, time travel, that can't be. It's impossible. I don't see how it makes any sense. Well, you know how electricity goes through wires? Yeah. No, you don't. That's how we go back in time.
I got wires.
So only machines, robots, computers, and Mormons can travel back through time. So when, Jackie Tron, when you get back there, you know how it's written in the books. So you just follow the script. What do you say when you get back and you see old, gross Jackie Brawls? What do you say to him?
I say, go do Parkist.
That's it.
I remember that.
It'll be one of the most important days in history. in podcast history
If you say so.
for a handful of listeners.
Okay.
So, all right, you ready? I'm going to log in here,
I don't know.
and I'm just going to
I can't see anything. I don't know.
flip this switch, and I'm going to flip this switch here, and turn on this thing that makes a noise. There we go.
No, I don't like that one.
And Jackie Tron, I'll see you very shortly.
All right, then.
Tell him to the parkis.
I know what it is.
Turn your ass around.
Okay.
Come back to the future present.
Then it'll know how to do that.
Yes.
Okay.
If you don't mess anything up, you'll come right back here, and we can continue doing podcasts until I'm in a computer. And, well, hopefully I will have died gloriously in battle before then. All right. Goodbye, Jackie Tron. See you in a second.
Future, past, program, go!
What other lessons did you learn up there in heaven?
Well, I tell you the most important lesson I learned, that life is too precious. No more wasting time, no sir.
You mean?
I'm never doing another podcast again. What the hell? I'm sorry I have to do this. Don't do 1,000 episodes. Don't wind up in a computer. Better you die now by my hand.
Look out! Lasers! Hey! See, Jackie, I told you the robots would come back to get you for mocking them.
Hey, them lasers ain't even coming close to us. Don't you know how to aim? Not computer aim. It's all... I can't figure out none of this out. I don't know. How do I turn on my force field?
Tap the microphone.
How many times?
Like 12.
1, 2...
Hey, nice shot, Jackie.
Got him here with this broom handle, yeah. Thank you for killing me.
Jackie, do you see now? It's up to you to warn what's left of Murfreesboro about the upcoming robot takeover. Now that you've seen it with your own eyes, do you not realize that only you can inspire and embolden and lead?
How?
Podcasts.
And that's just what he did.
This is Jackie Bros. We've been fighting a long time, but you are not alone. There are pockets of resistance around the planet. We're at the brink. If you see a robot, hit it with a broom handle.
He kept on them at least until the Jackie Tron XTM-36MK2000 come back through time to kill him. Made out of liquid metal. Ain't that something? Old thermometer man.
Above all, stay alive. You have no idea how important you are and how important you will become. If you're listening to this, you are the resistance.
So he kept his voice crackling through busted iPods and humming through abandoned YouTube channels, bringing hope to the devastated countryside.
All I know is what the Jackie Tron taught me. The battle is just begun.
Nobody listened to it. Everybody thought he was crazy. Hell, wouldn't you? Unless you're a robot. Well, are you?